Pass rolling to his right. They throw it. The in route to Tanner Steck. Makes the catch. Steck dives for the pylon. Touchdown!
Up by the Nuggets and an attack. That'll go for a kill from Anasteer.
Lamar looks for a block, makes a man miss at the 5. End zone touchdown. Swirls. Sets up middle. Jensen for the exclamation point kill.
30, the 20, the 15, the 10, and an 85-yard touchdown run for Landon Olsen.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on yourliveevent.com as we come to you from the Palace on the Prairie, the Northern Cass High School, as the Jaguars host the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. The Northern Cass Jaguars record of 0-3 on the year off a loss at home versus Central Cass last week. Look to get on the right side of the ledger here tonight against the 1-2 Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. Burros off back-to-back losses at home versus Lisbon, then last week a loss to Kindred on the road, 44-13 in that one. The Burros and the Jaguars match up. It's a battle of North Dakota Class 11A Region 1 football here tonight on yourliveevent.com. This is the Irie Insurance pregame show.
As spring arrives, so does allergy season. Stop at Hillsboro Drug for all your allergy medications, along with over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items, and more. Don't forget, you can now text Hillsboro Drug anytime for your prescription refills, 701-636-5231. Remember, Hillsboro Drug also offers mail-out service and free delivery in Hillsboro and Halstead. Be sure to check out the gift section with new spring items, too. Your full-service pharmacy is Hillsboro Drug. The Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead provide great places for seniors to live. They emphasize choices, independence, and provide services as directed by residents. They're also great places to work, where employees find not only a job, but also rewarding and enjoyable experiences that contribute to the lives of others. To get more information on Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, call 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Hillsboro Lumber is ready to help with all of your building or remodeling projects. If you're building something new, doing some remodeling, or working on other projects, Hillsboro Lumber has all of the building materials as well as everything else you'll need to complete your projects. Along with the materials, they can give you a free estimate. If you need help planning your project, let the professionals at Hillsboro Lumber assist you. They have the expertise and professional service to help you. For all of your building or remodeling projects, farm, home, or commercial, see Hillsboro Lumber today.
Northern Cass Jaguars hosting the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros tonight on yourliveevent.com as we bring you your Irie Insurance pregame show in this one. Irie Insurance, get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve at Irie Insurance. Covering it all, home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieINS.com to get a free quote here today with Irie Insurance. Here on yourliveevent.com. Thanks for joining us for our evening's matchup. We got other games going on around the area here tonight as well, too, on the yourliveevent.com schedule here tonight. It's the Lisbon Broncos versus the Central Cass Squirrels. The Larimore and is at Maple River. Shanley at Fargo South. We also got Richland versus Sargent County and some 9-men, and another 11A matchup here with Carrington at Thompson here tonight on the North Dakota side. A couple of Minnesota matchups for you as well, as it's the home opener for the Holly Nuggets as they host Frazee. Nice Section 8 matchup, 8A matchup, Polk County West and Mahnomen-Waubun there in high school football as well. Let's go down to the field right now as James Rugby Martins joins us with our pregame coaches' comments, pregame interviews from Dakota Heritage Bank.
Thanks, Jake. Here with the Hillsboro-Central Valley head boys football coach, Pastor Joe Johnson. And Pastor Joe, we were talking earlier today about this matchup, saying, first of all, it's a must-win tonight for you guys.
Yeah, it's a must-win for both teams, and so both teams are going to be bringing it. We know that, and we planned and prepared accordingly. It has a little bit of a playoff atmosphere. I know it's early in the season, but for us, we need wins, and so this is a must-win tonight, and like I say, we prepared accordingly.
Let's talk about Northern Cass a little bit, your opponent tonight. We mentioned as well, talking earlier today, that Northern Cass, they're 0-3 in their record, but they certainly don't look like an 0-3 team.
The 0-3 doesn't actually tell the story about this team. And one, they've played good teams. Two, they've had a couple of mistakes that were costly that they could have just as well had a couple of wins. A good football team and a good running back, good quarterback. They've established a good running game, but they throw the ball a lot, stretch the field, send a lot of vertical routes. They're a good football team, and we're here for a good game tonight.
Pastor Joe, you guys did some great things against Kindred last week despite the loss and it kind of getting away from you in the second half. Your thoughts on what things you take away from that game that you hope to bring tonight? Yeah, so we need to make third down conversions, and we need to stop third down conversions. We gave up third and fourth downs last week that we just can't do this week. And without those plays, it's maybe a different game. We felt like the game was actually closer than the score was. But nonetheless, at this point in the season, we can't be in a place where we say, well, if this play was different or that play was different, now it's time we have to make those plays. Coach, first drive out of the gate, what do you want to see from your guys? Yeah, of course we're going to be receiving, and so we want to establish a couple of first downs, ideally put together a drive and put some points on the board. Coach, best of luck tonight. Thanks so much. Thanks, James. Back to you, Jake.
Here, Pastor Joe, the head coach for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, with our Dakota Heritage Bank pregame interviews here as the Burros travel to and take on the Northern Cass Jaguars. It's senior night for the Jaguars. We'll talk more about that when we come back. This is your IRE Insurance pregame show on yourliveevent.com.
The Hillsboro and Central Valley schools are glad to have students and staff back in the classroom and in activities. If you have questions in regards to the activity schedule for either school, the Burros want you to visit hillsboroK12.com or centralvalleynd.com and click on the HCV Athletics tab. The schedules and calendars are posted each day too. The school websites in Hillsboro and Central Valley are valuable resources for the community. Visit them often for updated information, daily announcements, contact info. It's all on the school website for the Hillsboro and Central Valley school districts.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Rivers Edge Insurance Agency, Halstead, 218-456-2172.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
You can trust the pros at Hillsboro Body Shop to make your vehicle look as good as new. Cars, pickups, trucks, semis, Ben and Tyrell at Hillsboro Body Shop can do the work. And Hillsboro Body Shop is also the place to repair your windshield. Don't wait to get that pesky chip repaired. Ben and Tyrell can replace that glass the same day. Call Hillsboro Body Shop at 701-636-4981 and put Ben and Tyrell's combined 30-plus years of experience to work on your vehicle. Hillsboro Body Shop, 701-636-4981.
Your pregame show from IRE Insurance, IREINS.com, the website for all your insurance needs. Get it covered with IRE Insurance. Northern Cass Jaguars senior night for the Jags as they welcome the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, 0-3 hosting 1-2 here in 11A Region 1 football. Let's continue on with our pregame interviews from Dakota Heritage Bank. Let's go down to the field here with James Rugby Martins.
Thanks, Jake. Here with head coach Northern Cass boys football Tyler Eukstead. And Tyler, big night tonight for your boys. Let's start off with the fact that it is senior night, special night tonight for your guys.
Yeah, 100%. Anytime you can honor your seniors, it's obviously going to be a good night for them. They put in a lot of time and effort into the program, and honor those guys is always a plus.
You got a tough challenge tonight in Hillsboro-Central Valley. They're looking for a win. You guys are looking for a win. What's going to be the difference for your guys?
Yeah, somebody's going to come out with a win tonight. Hopefully it's the Jaguars. But just taking care of the little things. That was the main focus this week is limiting the negative plays on offense and limiting the big plays on defense. So that's the focus of this week in practice. So if we can do that tonight, should be a good night.
You've had a chance the last couple of weeks. Of course, Central Cass last week was a tough matchup, but you kind of held them early on in the game. Your thoughts on what it's going to take to kind of break through in that way?
Yeah, we got to be good on both sides of the ball. When you have a lot of one-way players, when something negative happens on one side of the ball, that negativity kind of carries over onto the other side of the ball, and then you just start going downhill fast. So just trying to figure out how to have a positive mindset after mistakes, flush it, move on, is key for us. But definitely getting both sides of the ball going so we can put 4 quarters together.
Coach, first drive looks like you're going to be on the defense tonight to open the game. What do you want to see in that first drive?
Just stopping their run is number one. They're a heavy run team. If we let them do that, then they're going to keep doing that all game, and it's going to be a long night for us because our offense can't get on the field. So if we can make them throw the ball, that's number one.
Coach, best of luck tonight. We'll see you hopefully after the game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back to you, Jake.
Pre-game interviews from Dakota Heritage Bank as sharing our heritage, sharing our future online, dhbanknd.com. Northern Cass Jaguars and the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros is your matchup right here on yourliveevent.com. Stick with us. More to come on your Irie Insurance pregame show.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org.
Even as a kid, I knew I wanted to be part of Polar Communications because they have such a long history of taking care of their employees.
I'm grateful that we get to work with great people every day, and I get to go home at the end of the day knowing that what we did for the day matters.
It's a great place to be part of a team and feel like you're achieving so much more than just answering a phone call. Polar is more than that. Polar is family.
For all your fresh floral needs, rely on 3R Floral on Main Street in Hillsboro. If you have an upcoming wedding or a special event, contact 3R Floral to help with your floral needs for the occasion. Call 3R Floral at 701-636-2000. You can also find other gift ideas for all occasions at 3R Floral, including wooden items from Barnwood Designs. Check out the 3R Floral Facebook page to see some of the great gifts available. If you can dream it, we can do it at 3R Floral in Hillsboro.
IRE Insurance pregame show as myself, Jake Birkmar, along with James Column Rugby Martins, joining me down on the sideline here today. We thank you for joining us for our broadcast presentation. Thanks as well to all the sponsors you'll see here throughout our broadcast coverage. We ask whenever possible, please patronize those businesses. At the very least, tell them thank you. They're the ones that allow us to be here with our coverage. As we get set for the Jaguars and the Burros, and while we're at the midway point of the regular season here tonight. You got that bye week thrown in there a little bit too, but hey, you're playing 8 games. This is game number 4 here tonight, and James, as you alluded to with both coaches, it's a must-win on both sidelines.
Absolutely. You got to think that based on how the standings look right now, Kindred, Central Cass, we probably figured that coming into the season. But how about those Lisbon Broncos coming out to a 3-0 start? We'll see what happens for Mark Moss's squad on the rest of the year. But that 4 spot's really up for grabs right now, and both these teams definitely have a shot at it. My kind of keys to the game here, let's start with Northern Cass. Northern Cass, they got some great athletes. They just haven't quite found a way to put it together yet. And the Hillsboro-Central Valley defense is going to give up some opportunities to Northern Cass. They just have to be patient, look for them, and capitalize. On the Hillsboro-Central Valley side, they got to finish drives, and they got to grab the momentum once they have it and secure it. The last couple of weeks, they have built the momentum, and then it just kind of slipped away with a turnover or with penalties or things of that nature. So they're getting better. They're putting things together. It just hasn't quite come together yet, and that can be said for both these teams. So for Hillsboro-Central Valley, definitely keep marching forward and take advantage of those momentum opportunities. The other thing, Jake, tonight, it might be a game of who wins the edges. Hillsboro-Central Valley, they love to use the edge. Northern Cass likes to use the edge too. Whoever comes out more successful in that realm, I think, wins the game tonight.
I think when you look, too, at the halfway point of the season or game number 4, the attrition that the roster will take as well, and both teams kind of going in different directions right now for this one. For the Jaguars, down their top 2 tacklers, and Waldo and Treblosser, as both with injuries sustained last week. For Hillsboro-Central Valley, they get some reinforcement back. A pair of seniors, Dylan Mitzel, quarterback, wide receiver, running back, could move him around that formation. If he was healthy, maybe would have been the quarterback to start the year, but we'll see what they do now here after Lushik has a few games under his belt. But also Cody Rage, too, on the perimeter as a receiver. But defensively, I think getting both them back to run some reps in the secondary going to be big as well for the Burro defense, especially, as you said, against a Jaguar team that looks to get outside, comes out in the three receiver sets, and wants to throw the ball around a little bit or try to.
And Jake, you mentioned kind of before the game as well, Northern Cass is down their 2 leading tacklers with injury last week, so that could be the difference, the fact that Hillsboro-Central Valley, they get 2 back, Northern Cass, they lose 2, so I mean, that's a +2 advantage for the Burros.
At the same time, next man up. Let's see what happens here tonight as we continue on with our IRE Insurance pregame show here on YourLiveEvent.com. It's the Northern Cass Jaguars hosting the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nb.gov/confident.
I'm Doug Gray. I'm confident during the performance and when it's time for college. I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Irie Insurance pregame show, Northern Cass Jaguars senior night as they host the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. Jaguars at 0-3, looking for that first win on the season. The Burros at 1-2, looking to stop a 2-game losing skid here tonight. As Jake Berkmeyer, myself here with you, and rugby James Martins joined me down the sideline. And James, well, hey, you're on that sideline, so let's talk about what's it like down there. Let's just talk about some field conditions here as we hit week number 4 of the season.
Yeah, that I am down on the sideline, and I think looking at it, it's about 60% brown, 40% green. Definitely could use a shot of rain down here in the Palace on the Prairie, but so far I think it'll be just fine. Just fine for tonight. The other thing, Jake, I wanted to point out that I did see on the field before we go to kickoff, and it might be a difference maker tonight. Northern Cass kicker Reed Volden, who's 3 for 3 this season on extra points, was hitting field goals from 30 yards out in. So if they get inside the 30 tonight, they might go for the field goal if their drive stalls out.
I will say I am a fan of the field goal in high school.
Totally underrated.
Talk about 80-yard bombs and breaking big runs. I think the field goal is what gets everyone pumped up.
And that might be the difference maker. It might come down to one play. If you make the field goal instead of go for a fourth down, maybe the difference maker tonight.
Yeah, but as we were talking about the field, field's looking in good condition here. Just playing host to a game a week ago, and really looking like it could be a fast field out there as well too. And I think that plays to the advantage of what you talked about, the keys of teams trying to get outside there, get into space.
Yeah, you look at guys like Landon Olson. He might have a really nice game tonight. Julian Lichtenberg, the quarterback for Northern Cass, he likes to spread it out. He likes to get his feet moving in the field as well. So he might have some good pockets of space to operate in. So we could see some fireworks tonight, figuratively, of course. No real fireworks, no real fires on the field tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned Olson, also Matthew Hoppy for Northern Cass. I think we got a couple of really good running backs in the region here that will look to showcase their talents and maybe give a little extra pat to their offensive line there, saying, hey, let's go, let's have a good night.
And Jake, speaking of showcasing, of course, it is senior night tonight in Northern Cass. Lots of seniors on the roster. Just going to do a quick rundown here. Caleb Enger, Reed Volden, Antonio Sanchez, as well as Camden Hodgson, I think, and Gage Nygaard, the seniors tonight for Northern Cass. Andrew Schenk as well, and wanted to make sure I got him.
Yep. Yeah. So there's the seniors as well for the Jaguars as they'll be announced on the field shortly. Here we'll have that as part of more with the Irie Insurance pregame show when we return.
Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, North Dakota has been adapting to the growing needs of the edible bean industry since 1982. The production of edible beans has helped many growers in the Red River Valley make their farming operation more profitable. Along with the increased profitability, these growers are producing a nutritious, high-protein food source that helps feed a hungry world. Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, with receiving stations in Hatton, Sharon, Larimore, Devils Lake, Wilton, Washburn, Lincoln, Keesig, Grafton, and Garski. Learn more online at centralvalleybean.com or call 701-847-2622.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow. Welcome you back here to our Irie Insurance pregame show as you see the seniors of the Northern Cass Jaguars being welcomed out onto the field as, there we go, walking through the back of the end zone with the parents. And as we said, it's senior night, recognizing the efforts, whether it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, count the junior high, the elementary league. It's a lot of years out on the field there, and good to get these guys the recognition that they deserve for all the years, all the efforts that they've been putting in.
Yeah, Jake, a lot of memories, a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of missed fun opportunities. Maybe you want to go out and have a good time, but you're practicing, you're training, you're getting better. And these seniors deserve the credit, and want to make sure I give the nod to the first senior out of the gate, Cash Chisholm, as well, and Andrew Skank. Mispronounced that name, so I got to make sure to rectify that.
There is, they are being announced right there on the field, seeing them walking through, joining their classmates too, and yeah, it's always a lot of emotions that go on before a game, whether it's senior night or not, because you're always getting ready, getting pumped for the game here. So we'll see if maybe that's a little extra boost for the Jaguars when the kickoff. They will be kicking off to Hillsboro-Central Valley. I did not see who's going right, who's going left there on which direction they're going to kick, but it is the Jaguars kicking off to begin this game here against the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. So as we look at this game, look at the games around the area as well too. As I mentioned in 11A Region 1, Lisbon and Central Cass, big matchup right there between the Broncos and the Squirrels, as those two teams battling there along with Kindred and Oaks there, the top 4 seeds for the Region 1, so seeing how things go there. Also, Larimore and Maple River in 9-man. Richland is at Sargent County. Also have Region 2, 11A Region 2, as Carrington is at Thompson there. Cardinals 2-1 taking on the Tommies, which are 1-2 as well there in that region. And here we got Hillsboro-Central Valley taking on Northern Cass. Minnesota matchups here with Frazee versus Hawley in 8AA football. In 8A football, it's Manawban hosting Polk County West. There the Thunderbirds take on the Thunder in that matchup. That's all on yourliveevent.com. You can go to the website, which is right in the name. It's yourliveevent.com. Here as we'll have the broadcast schedule there for you with the upcoming games as well, and also the broadcast archive there for your enjoyment here with yourliveevent.com. Plus, don't forget to hit that reminder tab there on your screen as well too, and you can be hit with a little reminder when a broadcast comes your way. It just pops up right on the screen. You get that notification, you hit play, and all of a sudden, hey, you're watching yourliveevent.com. It's really that simple there. As once again, we get one more view of the senior members of the Northern Cass Jaguar football team being announced here on senior night for this matchup ahead of the matchup against Hillsboro-Central Valley. We'll take a break. We'll come back here with our Irie Insurance pregame show, IrieINS.com, a website for all your insurance needs. Get complete coverage with your local agents with Irie Insurance.
Almost half of the energy used in homes goes toward heating and cooling the spaces we live in. Energy Star certified heating and cooling equipment can improve your comfort while lowering electric bills. Through its Bright Energy Solutions program, City of Hillsboro offers rebates for a wide range of energy-efficient equipment like heat pumps and central air conditioners. You can also get a rebate for having your cooling system professionally tuned up. Call the City of Hillsboro to learn more about rebates or visit BrightEnergySolutions.com. Jeff Bierge and Matt Pierce of Cutting Edge Egg of Buxton specialize in adapting precision egg solutions into your farm to improve efficiencies and yields. Whether you're running the newest equipment or not, they can help you access your options, and they thrive on the challenge to retrofit your older machines. Selling, installing, and servicing solutions for any make, model, or color of tractor, combine, planter, sprayer, scraper, and air seeder. They love to talk about the goals for your operation and how they can help make them happen. More information on CuttingEdgeEgg.com.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsboro location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
My coworkers here at Degelman are super supportive. We all get along. Makes for a really easy work day, easy work week.
From day one, I felt like it's been a big family here at Degelman.
Our culture at Degelman is really second to none. It's truly a family atmosphere.
It feels really great to be a part of a team that is building some of the toughest equipment in the farm industry.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Irie Insurance pregame show wrapping up that, or about to wrap that up here as we get set with our starting lineups. In this one, starting lineups from the American Crystal Sugar Company. Online, crystalsugar.com. Learn to live the sweet life with American Crystal Sugar. Hillsboro-Central Valley will be starting with the football as they will be coming out in their blue pants with the white uniforms here, white helmets as well. Here in your American Crystal Sugar starting lineups looks like this on the offensive line. Left tackle will be sophomore number 75, Jack Matson. Next to him will be number 71, the senior, Cooper Broughton. The center position will be the junior, number 55, Riley Richter. Right guard will be senior number 77, Eddie Silva. Right tackle, number 54, senior James Fortman. At the tight end spot will be senior number 17, Bowden Allen. On the outside, we'll see junior number 16, Isaac Thompson, and senior number 7, Kyle Halfley. Running backs will be the seniors, number 34, Landon Olson, number 44, Caden Kazette for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Burrows will be led by the sophomore quarterback, number 15, Tyson Lushik. There for Hillsboro-Central Valley on offense, 467 yards total gained over the first 3 games. That's an average of 155.7 on the game. 89 rushing, 66.7 passing, 6 turnovers on the year, 3 interceptions, 3 fumbles, 9 sacks. They allowed 4 in week 2, 5 in week 3 allowed here as they are averaging 2.9 yards per rush, 11.11 yards per completion, a total of 3.6 yards per play on offense for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros as they come in scoring 17.33 points per game on the season and defensively giving up 24 points allowed per game. Hillsboro-Central Valley comes in at 1-2 as they are coached by Pastor Joe Johnson, the head coach, first-year head coach for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. As we move sides of the field over to the Northern Cass Jaguars, along with the community members, school members, classmates, everyone else helping to form that tunnel here on senior night for Northern Cass. As again, the lineups are brought to you by American Crystal Sugar Company. Looking at the defensive alignment, a 4-3 defensive alignment. On the defensive ends will be number 78, the senior Cam Hodgson, and the senior number 3, Caleb Enger. Will be the defensive tackles, junior number 55, Brody Geston, and number 75, the senior Gage Nygaard. The linebacking crew will be a sophomore, a junior, and a senior, with number 4, Parker Zieski, being the sophomore, number 9, Matthew Hoppy being the junior, and number 5, Reed Bolden, the senior member of that linebacking core. The defensive backs will be senior number 11, Antonio Sanchez, and the junior number 10, Keelan Monson. Safeties are number 24, the senior Andrew Skink, and the junior number 81, Matthew Metzger. for the Northern Cass Jaguars. As defensively, they've come into this matchup in the first 3 games. They have given up an average of 40 points per game, including 39 last week to Central Cass in the shutout loss. Defensively, they have 7 sacks combined as a team, 3 takeaways. All 3 picks came last week against Central Cass. Here's the Jaguars 0-3 on the year with their senior night ready to go as they run out of the huddle. That's caps off your starting lineups from American Crystal Sugar Company. Here is James. You ready to go down there on the field?
Let's get at it, Burke. Little Burke.
Little Burke. You know I'm like 8 inches taller, right?
Burke the younger?
As he says, the short, fat, bald man, I'm the tall, fat guy who still has some hair.
How about Burke the younger? You like that one better?
We'll go with that, I guess. We'll go with that. So we're getting ready for our opening kickoff here as we got everyone join us here. Myself and Jake Burkmeyer. Got James Rugby Martins down on the sideline. You got Jake, is it Ryder or Ritter? Ryder? Jake Ryder running camera here for us here today as we're all set to go in this one. Here again, your pregame show was brought to you by Irie Insurance. Here for all your insurance needs. Get that complete insurance coverage you need with Irie Insurance. Online, Irie, INS, is the website here, and you can find the local agent nearest you. Hillsboro-Central Valley will be receiving the football. They will be back here to go right to left as we see it, which means the Northern Cass Jaguars will be kicking from left to right. Jaguars in the home uniforms, the black pants with the white and not quite gold. I'm very bad with the color palette, James, so you're going to have to help me with that.
Like a burnt yellow?
Yeah, we'll go with that. With the white and burnt yellow accents there on the pants, jersey legs, and up around the shoulders. The yellowish, burnt yellow numbers on the back. The black helmets aligned with the yellow as well. As we have it all teed up, Reed Volden will be here to kick it off for Northern Cass. And as someone once said, bing, bang, boom, or something like that. Let's get it off. Here's the right-footed kick. It is back and will be picked up by the Burros here inside the 15-yard line. Breaking up to the right side as Cody Rage gets the first touch of the season for him, and he brings it up to the 30-yard line where Hillsboro-Central Valley will start their first drive of the year.
Matthew Metzger, first one there for the Jags on the tackle. Reed Volden also in on the stop, junior and senior for the Jags.
Here, so the Burro offense led by the sophomore quarterback Tyson Lushik coming out here with the Jaguar defense taking their spots as well. They will send Bowden Allen split out wide left side, receiver right side, wing back, 2 wing backs. They send Halfley in motion right to left. They run the pitch play out to Landon Olson on the left side. Stutter step comes over, then he's met as the defense flows to him. Past the 35, up to the 37, gain of 7 for Landon Olson on the first play.
Exactly what you want if you're Pastor Joe Johnson. Get some positive yardage on the ground. You notice, Jake, again, they're going kind of towards the edge, but a nice cutback by Olson to pick up a couple extra yards.
Bring up now a 2nd and 3 ball on the 37-yard line, left hash. Twin receivers right side. Here, Halfley will be in the slot to the right side. I formation, tight end on the right side as well. Handoff, running through. Landon Olson powers through, gets the first down and an extra yard, picking up 4 for that first down of the game.
Volden and Hoppy in on the stop there. Volden already with a couple of share tackles at least. Hoppy gets in on the action there, but a first down for the Burros.
Here again, the Jaguars with their 2 leading tacklers down them due to injuries here sustained last week. So have to have a couple guys step up. Under center, Lushik, blitz being shown, picked up here as the pitch is to the outside, blocked by Kazette, but the defense on the outside, good contage on that far sideline, and Olson's actually brought down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, hosted Jags coming in for the stop there. Kind of a stop by committee. They're kind of on that line. You look at their defensive starters, Cam Hodgson, Brody Geston, Gage Nygaard, Caleb Anger, really playing as a team there for Northern Cass.
3 plays, 3 runs for Landon Olson, went right, left, right, as they have 2nd and 11 from the, you need another copy? Yeah, I do. It's in that backpack over there. Okay. Here's a play now here, giving it up on the left side, trying to cut back, and not a lot of room there. It's just the give there to Wyatt Johnson, and not much.
Anger with the stop along with sophomore Parker Ziske on the stop there for the Jags.
So it brings up a 3rd and long for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Here's the checkout. Kason Buckles checks out. Cody Rage checks in. He's part of a 3-receiver slet out wide right side with Kyle Halfley and Landon Olson. Got Bowden Allen out to the left side. Here, actually, that's Ben McRitchie out left side. Here's a rollout throw by Lushik, and is incomplete. Overthrows the intended receiver, and then a little chippiness, and a flag comes out. And who is this going to be on?
Didn't quite see all the commotion over there, Jake, but from the looks of the celebration, it looks like it's going to be on the Burros.
We'll see here, because there was some conversation, and original, see, on Sportsmanlike on the Burros, being called after the play. So mark it back 15 yards. And I believe there was some conversation there that someone took exception to what they thought might have been a late shove.
Yeah, always a difficult situation when you try to do that. You want to try to amp up your team, try to give them some energy, but at the same time, you don't want to push your team back even further.
So it is 4th and 26. Here, James Foreman on to punt. He does have a nice leg here. He averages 37.8 on punt average on 13 kicks on the year. Here comes the kick, nearly blocked and ran into, but not enough there. And the ball will bounce at the 40-yard line and down to the 36. And that is where they will give possession here to Northern Cass. 9:19 here to go in this first quarter.
Great starting field position here for the Jags. Exactly what you want if you're Tyler Euchstead and your squad trying to march down the field.
Offensive lineup here, Gage Nygaard, Caden Williams, Brody Gueston, Sam Nelson, Cam Hodgson on the offensive line. Receiver crew of Matthew Metzger, Keelan Monson, and Andrew Skank as the quarterback. Lichtenberg here throws it on the right side, left all alone, caught here at the 30, the 25, the 10, and pushed out of bounds. That time as Skank was left uncovered. There is a flag down back at the line of scrimmage. They're saying illegal man downfield. I think it was a run play, and then just Lichtenberg seeing that no one covered him, so he threw it to him, but the offensive line got down to run block, and a big play comes back.
Absolutely. Skank was absolutely left wide open. That would have been an absolute capitalization with a capital C on that if they would have got to take advantage of it, but the penalty brings it back.
Good awareness, we'll give that there, but again, maybe, not everyone hears the fire call or something like that. So it'll be 1st and 15. The rest of that offensive lineup there with Lichtenberg, the quarterback, Matthew Hoppy, the running back, Caleb Anger as the H-back here for the Jaguars. Send a man in motion, run the pitch play to him. That is going off to the right side off the edge and picking up a couple yards for Metzger on the carry.
Yeah, that's going to be for the Burros. Kyle Halfley, the senior, as well as Hunter Kleckner, 44. That's Caden Gazette, senior, in on the stop.
There's a 1-yard gain for Metzger on the jet sweep. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Trips receivers left side on the wide side of the field. Pistols set. And they will turn handoff, making one guy miss in the backfield, trying to get around to the outside edge, make another guy miss up to the 45, up to the 50, lower the shoulder, and get across midfield to the 49-yard as Hoppy hopping around in the backfield, picking up the first down.
Bowden Allen with the initial penetration, but didn't finish the tackle, and that allowed a big gain for the Jags.
Hoppy with the 14-yard gain, and Matthew touching the ball on the first 2 plays for Northern Cass, gives them a first down. They're going to get set up. They come out now lining up trips receivers to the right side on the short side of the field. Pistol set, H-back on the right side, almost like a 4-receiver set on that side. They'll turn handoff to Hoppy, and this time he's not getting away from, look like James Fortman coming up there from the D-tackle spot to make the stop.
Yeah, Fortman into the stop there for the Burros. Great penetration there right away, snuffed out the run.
On that defensive line, Bowden Allen, James Fortman, the senior, sophomore Jack Matson, junior Ben McRitchie, Linebacking crew with Landon Olson, Caden Kazette, the senior, sophomore Braden Chenault, Jason Buckles, Isaac Thompson, the senior and junior at the corners, Kyle Halfley, a senior, Wyatt Johnson, a junior at the safety spot. As in the pistol set, they turn, handoff, Hoppy running right side, breaks one tackle, gets to the outside, misses another man miss, and then Halfley gets him just shy of the first down marker, just at the 40-yard line. Going to bring up now a third and about half a yard.
Yeah, Burrow's a little bit not quite as textbook on the tackles there to start the game. It's a second straight time that out on the edge, a little bit of a shoulder by Kyle Halfley finishes the job, but not before a big gain.
Sanchez comes out. Anger comes in. Got Volden in the backfield right now. 2 receivers left, 1 right. H-back on that left side. Pistol set, 3rd and 1. Turn, handoff. They give it to Volden. He runs forward and dives in. Ooh, going to be very close.
Yeah, I think it's going to be short on this one.
Just short, so no gain for Volden. And brings up a 4th down here. And, well, you'd be familiar with this, Rugby. We're about to see a scrum in the middle of the field, I think.
Absolutely. You know, the Jags opting to go center or right most of their runs. We'll see what happens here.
Bringing a tight end and an H-back, pistol set, trying to get the Burrows to jump. Now they run up under center, going to quarterback sneak it. As they get in tight, they do that. And picking up the first down, moving the sticks that time as they sneak it forward. Here, Lichtenberg able to get the first down.
Yeah, Lichtenberg Jr., he's really growing up through these last few games, especially from the first game I saw against Lisbon to now. He's making a lot more sound decisions, and it's a good thing to see if you're a Northern Cass fan.
About a gain of 3 on that one as they start out in the pistol and then just said, hey, let's get up to the line of scrimmage under center and able to get it. Now we have a little bit of a delay here as they get the play in. And they get upset to the line of scrimmage.
Freshman Chet Richmeyer trotted onto the field for the Jags on the offensive line.
Here, the snap is bobbled on the ground, picked up and brought down in the backfield, though. McRitchie nearly jumped on it, but that time Lichtenberg able to pick it up, but then the defense jumped on him.
Yeah, that's a great awareness there that time by Chenault to finish the job there after, again, McRitchie with some nice pressure.
So brings up now a 2nd and 15. Substitutions in here as Sanchez, Metzger, also Monson all return to the game as the receivers. Here for Northern Cass, get the play call in from the sideline. Everyone check the wrist play sheet there. It was 6:20 to go in this first quarter. 2nd and 15. Jaguars with the option play, and it will be kept that time by Lichtenberg, and he'll be brought down back at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of half a yard there, depending on the left or the right foot.
Yeah, John Matson and Jack Matson, the brothers there, in on the stop for the Burrows. Really good awareness there.
Jack starting, John rotating in on that defensive line as he's been the first few weeks of the season. The Burrows trying to keep everyone fresh up there in those trenches. Big 3rd down now, 3rd and 15. Ball is on the 43-yard line. Here's they run a tight trips formation to the right side. And back to pass, looking, throwing down the field, and it is intercepted! Picked off by the Burrows, coming back the other way. Kyle Halfley with his 3rd pick of the year.
Yeah, pass intended there for Sanchez. He didn't look back in time, and that leads to the pick there for the Burrows.
So after the Jaguar defense forces a punt, the Burrow defense forces a takeaway. That's their 6th takeaway of the year, the 4th pick. Again, 3 of them by Kyle Halfley. He had 2 back in week number 1.
Both coaches talking about minimizing the miscues right now. It's Northern Cass making the first one here.
Burrows up to the line of scrimmage, 2 receivers right side. They hand it off to Landon Olson, running off that right edge behind the tackle guard combo of Fortman and Silva on that right side. Crosses the 40 to the 41. Aaron picks up 5 yards, cut the down distance in half.
Olson, such a strong back, carries some guys with him, and that's going to pay dividends coming in later in the game.
Here will be 2nd and 5. And it will be 2 receivers to the right side, split back formation. Lushik under center, sends a man in motion, and we got early movement as miscommunications, and it's going to be a penalty here, marking back 5 yards.
2nd straight drive, Hillsboro-Central Valley with a penalty, and got to nip that in the bud if you're Pastor Joe Johnson.
There we go here as There we go. Little on-air production meeting. Well, on-air, off-air production meeting there. We're all good to go here. It'll be 2nd and 10, so the second penalty of the game on the Burros for 20 yards. Marks them back here to the original line of scrimmage. Twin receivers right side. They send a man in motion. That's Wyatt Johnson. They fake the give left, give it back right side. Stopped in the backfield. Landon Olsen nowhere to go, and he's brought down that time. Caleb Enger there for the leading the tackle there to wrap him up first. Kind of a game of 1 to Landon Olsen on that play.
Now, before the penalty, that would have made it a 3rd and 4, maybe 3rd and 3, and now you're stuck in a situation of a 3rd and 8, 9 yards, and limits the playbook on what you can do here for Hillsboro-Central Valley.
Well, watch that penalty. Also watch here on that last play, sending the man in motion here. Make sure you get set properly as well, too. Buckles comes in as a receiver to the right side. Johnson, receiver left side. Shotgun set, split backs to either side of Lushik, 10 on the play clock. Tight end left side. Rolling out to the left side, throwing it into the flat. It is caught by Johnson. He's planted right away that time as Antonio Sanchez, the senior on senior night, comes up and makes the 3rd down stop.
Yeah, ball a little lofted there. It wasn't quite darted in to maybe give him another chance to get some extra yards after the contact. That could have been the difference because it's a 4th and short instead of a 1st down.
Wyatt Johnson, his first catch of the season, goes for 6 yards, brings up a 4th and 2. Burrow's going to come out in the formation looking to go for it. They bring in an extra fullback, 3 in the backfield. They turn, they hand off to Landon. Also Volden nearly got to him on the blitz, but that time just falling behind. Olsen kind of puts out the hand and says, here, you guys, just guide me. Fortman, Silva, Richter, just guide me to the 1st down.
Couldn't have said it any better, Folden, with great speed, great penetration into the backfield, but how many times have you seen a defensive end, defensive tackle get into the backfield, but it's a lot harder to bring down the guy you want to bring down.
And we talked about 2 good running backs and 2 good starting running backs. We'll say that, more than just them on the team rushing the ball. But they can make some guys miss. There's a little shiftiness to them out there. Receivers each way. 2 wing backs. They send Halfley in motion right side to the left side. Run the pitch play out to Olsen. Trying to get on the outside edge. He'll stiff arm 1. Spin his way down. Arm came away from the body. Thought the football was coming out. He held on to it, though. Gets it up to midfield. Actually, just shy of midfield. They're going to mark it at the 49. So just a gain of 2 on the carry.
Volden and Nelson there. Great stop for the Jags to prevent Olsen from getting out in space and keeping his body churning up the field.
7 carries, 22 yards already in the first quarter for Landon Olsen. Here's we have 2:07 to go in our opening quarter. Here's a turn or play action rolling out to the right side. Lushik looking for Rage and just outside the reach, incomplete pass.
Yeah, for Rage, if he was maybe a few inches taller, maybe had a few more reps on the season, he might have come up with that one. But nicely placed ball, just couldn't quite come away with it.
Cody Rage, first game he's able to be active for here, so the senior getting into the lineup there and targeted, but incomplete that time. Now coming in off the sideline, Isaac Thompson will bring in the play call. On 3rd and 8, Burrows bring in Ben McRitchie as well. He'll be the tight end right side. 2 receivers left side with Thompson and Halfley. Split backs, Kazette and Olsen to the other side of Lushik. He rolls to the left, looking in the flat. Pressure in his face, and he is hit as he's thrown. It's knocked down, incomplete pass.
And that was a deflection there that time by Camden Hodgson, the senior, getting his big right hand up there, big right arm up there to deflect the pass.
So 4th down, and we've seen both teams pick up some first downs in this quarter. But it looks like it will be a punt formation for the Burros as Fortman here back into that punt formation, standing at his 36-yard line. Waiting to boot this one off as the snap comes back low, bounces to him. He does get it off, and the high kick will bounce, and a Burrow bounce inside the 20 down to the 15.
And that could have been much worse there, Jake, with Kyle Halfley was kind of in the way of the ball. I think you remembered a couple of weeks ago against Lisbon. Kind of turned his head down, his helmet down, and backed away. Make sure he didn't run into the ball that time. Give it back to the Jags. Or give it back. I'll give it back. Yeah.
No, that would have been all right if it hit Halfley.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
Yeah, if it hit the Jaguars, then it would have been a live ball. And the Jags will come out on offense now from the 15-yard line Here, 1:45 to go in this first quarter. They will turn, run, and ball comes loose. Ball comes loose. Burrows look like they jumped on it here back around the 11-yard line.
Yeah, McRitchie gets on top of it there. Just a bobble in the backfield for the Jags, and the Burrows in the right place at the right time, especially McRitchie.
Interception and a fumble on the first 2 drives, and you were just talking about the off a punt. Well, here, this time, though, just a ball bouncing loose and bouncing into Ben McRitchie. Here, so Hillsboro-Central Valley taking over here with 1:40 to go in this first quarter. Ball on the 9-yard line. Turn handoff, Landon Olson. He's been the feature back right now. Is this one nowhere to go? And I will say this right now, the Burros have 90 seconds to do something they have not done yet this year, and that's score in the first quarter. They've been outscored 20-0 so far in the first quarter over the first 3 games.
That's a mind-boggling stat there, Jake, and great opportunity to do it here. But if I'm Tyler Euchstead, I'm telling my guys, you stop the run first and then make them pass on 2nd and 3rd downs, and they certainly done that here on 1st down.
Buckles wide receiver left side, Halfley wide receiver right side. Olson and Kazette split backs. They fake to the Olson, give it to Kazette. Left side, ball comes loose, picked up by the Jaguars. The ball just got popped loose and picked up at the 2-yard line. Metzger bounced right into his hands.
Yeah, couldn't have planned it better for Metzger. He's literally bounced right to his outstretched hand. He wasn't even stretching it out to find the ball. It was just outstretched, landed in his breadbasket, and I tell you what, this might be how the game goes already with 3 turnovers combined.
3 turnovers, and Jaguars, though, back up on their 2-yard line, 60 seconds
Give it
to
about
go.
the 3 there, Jake.
All right, 2.5 we'll call. We'll split the difference. Well, backed up either 60 seconds to go in this first quarter. They'll come out here with receiver left, 2 right, wing back right side. They run in the backfield, nearly brought down. Hoppy tries to make 1-man miss. He gets it up, positive yards, past the 5 to about the 8-9-yard line. They're gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, Buckles with good containment to make sure it wasn't a toe dance down the sideline there for the Jags.
Checking out here, too. You talked about the change on the offensive line, just seeing if everyone's back to normal there. Maybe you can check that out here after this snap. 30 seconds to go, pistol set, turn, fake the give, roll out to the left side, looking in the flat. It is caught, 1-man miss, make a little jump cut, busting upfield, picking up the first down and more for Caleb Enger.
Yeah, offensive line, you got Hodgson and Nelson and Geston as we got a flag down here. We'll check the rest of the offensive line.
So what are they they're talking about? It's back in the defensive secondary, and we'll see. It looks like they are talking to the Jaguars, which would lead us to believe it is on the Burros. We'll see what they say here as we get a officials conversation here with the penalty, 4th penalty flag being thrown in this game so far.
Yeah.
They're going to say a crackback hit, illegal crackback hit on the Jaguars. And so that will bring them back, and it will be from the...
just inside the 10.
Okay, so from the 8-9-yard line, 2nd down and 3. So mark it back from the end of the run, I believe.
Yeah, end of the run is going to be the case on that one.
Yeah, so, or from the pass, I should say, as Enger does get a 10-yard catch.
That should do it there for the first quarter. Fast-moving quarter. Still no points on the board.
All right, we're going to sort it all out there as we go to the second quarter on your Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. End of quarter number 1. Northern Cass, Hillsboro-Central Valley. We're scoreless on yourliveevent.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance, Lance Gullison Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let the staff at Lance Gullison Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon or email lance.gullison@fumic.com.
End of 1 quarter of play, 0-0. The Dakota Heritage Inc. scoreboard as Northern Cass and Hillsboro-Central Valley battling out here in 11A Region 1 football. Take a look at some of the other 11A scores going on around the state. Part of your Tim Cassette Seed Scores out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. Langdon area Edmore Munich leads Rugby. No, not you, James. 28-0 at the end of one.
Ooh.
Carrington leading Thompson 14-0. Central Cass up on Lisbon 14-0 with 5 minutes left to go in the first. Here, Cavalier leads Grafton 8-0. Bottineau and Harvey Wells County are scoreless midway through the second. EEK leading Mayport CG 7-0. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter there as well. There's your out-of-town scoreboard from Tim Cassette Seed Sales. A couple teams we didn't talk about, both on byes, Kindred and Oaks here in Region 1. Next week, the Jaguars travel to Kindred, take on the 3-0 Vikings. The Burros will host the 2-1 Tornadoes, both teams on bye weeks here. So if you're watching, hi, thanks for watching, appreciate it. See you next week. 2nd and 3 for the Jaguars. They'll hand off right side. That's Volden as he will get wrapped up around the ankles as he tries to escape to the right side. Not a lot of room there, and Volden's brought down for about 1 yard on the carry.
Yeah, and Jake, development there. Of course, the running back for the Jags, Matthew Hoppigan, looked at all throughout the game here, so that's a development we'll have to look at.
Also seeing check out here as Hoppy comes out. Skank comes in. He's out wide left, nearly left uncovered again that time. Now Isaac Thompson sees him. Some late shuffling here as they'll move Metzger over into the slot on the left side, then run him back on motion around the right side. Covered a lot of room pre-snap. Back to pass, throw over into the hop, or into the flat. And, unable to hold on to it. Lost it as he came down. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, had it and dropped it. Good route there that time. Came back to the ball. Looked around just in time, but couldn't secure the catch.
Here, so 4th and 3 inside their own red zone here at the 9-10 yard line. Will be looking like punt formation now for the Jaguars. Here, start of this second quarter. 11:15 to go in our first half, still scoreless.
Cody Rage back to receive the punt. First or second return of the year for him.
Here's the snap back, little to no rush, and then a late drive there by Foreman trying to get it. Punt is off, bouncing at the 38, across the 40 to the 40, call it the 43 as it's touchdown that time by the Jaguars, and the Burros will start this drive in Jaguar territory.
Yeah, we talked earlier, Jake, before the game about field conditions. There's certainly no moisture on this field, and yet there's been 3 turnovers. So who's going to hold on to the ball and do those fundamentals first? I think is going to get the first touchdown.
We've gone punt, interception, punt, fumble, fumble, punt over the first 6. Back and forth we go. Now Hillsboro-Central Valley starting on the Jaguar 43-yard line. Gets things to go in the second quarter as they turn handoff to Landon Olson, and he is met no yards on that carry.
Yeah, not a lot of
late flag. Late flag coming in too, but yeah, what happened on that play there, James?
Yeah, not a lot of big runs is what I was going to say for Hillsboro-Central Valley, especially up the middle. You got to give credit to the guys on the defensive line there for Northern Cass, Hodgson and Nygaard, Gueston and Anger, and as well Sam Nelson for really making it difficult for the Burros to go up the middle.
Penalty will be a personal foul called on the Jaguars, so it'll be a first down for Hillsboro-Central Valley. They will move the ball up here inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, so the 15-yard personal foul moves it up, and the first down for the Burros as they're back over on the other side of the field. They break the huddle, and everyone's got to run up here to get into place with 11 seconds left on the play clock. Ben McRitchie had subbed in as a tight end. He's on the right side of the formation. Receivers each way. I form behind Lushik under center. Pitch reverse back to Halfley. Running now to the left side, trying to get on the outside edge. He'll make one miss. Gets by another down the sideline and inside. No, he didn't score.
Nope. Got to be inside the 10, around the 5. Good tackle there in the end. I believe by Munson to avoid the touchdown, but a little bit of razzle-dazzle opened things up, made it work.
So Kyle Halfley got it on the reverse, and they're going to mark it down. I'm going to say on the, where are they?
About the right 2.5.
So about the 2-yard line, so a gain of 26 for Kyle Halfley. And he gets his second carry of the year.
Yeah, and Jake, I was going to mention 2 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, and no points on the board, but we'll see if the Burros can punch it in here.
Cody Rage comes in as tight on the left side. As they bring it in tight, they hand off here to Landon Olsen. He's hitting the backfield, shrugs off the high tackle, gets his way into the end zone for the 6th time this year for Landon Olsen.
Yeah, Anger tried his best, but you're not going to bring down a guy that strong and Olsen, and just the perfect call and put the Burros up on the board early.
Olsen with the 2-yard touchdown plunge. 10 carries, 24 yards, and a touchdown. And, well, they didn't get in the first quarter, but they get in the first half, and well, they've only been outscored 26-28 by 2 points here in the second quarter. Well, that has just flipped in the favor of the Burros now on the season. Here's Bowden Allen as the snap rolls back to him. He won't kick it. He's going to throw it and throws it short of Ben McRitchie. So the PAT 2-point attempt fire drill that time fails, and it is 6-0. Hillsboro-Central Valley leads over Northern Cass. Your Dakota Heritage Bank, dhbanknd.com scoreboard.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent, at 701-436-5777 or use the QR code to connect with the agency.
6-0, Hillsboro-Central Valley with the lead over Northern Cass. Jaguars will receive the kick now. Look to bring their offense back out there. So far, 3 drives, 2 turnovers, and a punt there to back them up. Big plays on that scoring drive for the Burros. One was the personal foul penalty of 15 yards on the Jaguars. The other was a 23-yard rush for Kyle Halfley on a receiver reverse there, and that put him on the doorstep for Landon Olsen to get in from 2 yards out for the touchdown run. Now we got the kickoff coming here from Bowden Allen as he has it teed up, and will drill it here back to the 11-yard line. Picked up by the Jaguars, coming up to the left side. One miss, but stepped through the tackle that time. But then you wrap them up around the waist. Harder to run through those. And we'll start here on the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Jake, Buckles with the initial trip up. Mueller finishes it off. And great development here for Northern Cass. Matthew Hoppy's back off the trainer's bench and back onto the field. That's a great sign for Euclid and the Jags.
Yeah. Keelan Monson out wide right on the wide side of the formation. Come back Skank also with, looks like, who's that there in the slot there? Check, that is Metzger there in the slot as they give it to him on the little pitch pass here to the right side. And Metzger will bring it. Well, are they going to call that a pitch pass, or is that the jet sweep? It's hard to tell on what that is, if it's a handoff or if it's a true pass.
I'd say that's more of a run there, Jake, from down here.
All right. So Metzger gets it on the run. He'll pick up 3 yards, brings up 2nd and 7.
Yeah,
I'm curious because although they did have the one completion in the first quarter, Jaguars didn't have a completion passing last weekend, so I want to see there how they'd come back and respond with the game that time, trying to get the easy one in rhythm that time. This time they hand off, and right there at the line of scrimmage, that time it's Landon Olsen and Matthew Hoppy meeting each other, and Olsen kind of wins that one as it's just a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, Chenault in on the stop as well there for the Burros. And for Northern Cass on the previous play, tried to use something out of the Burro playbook, trying to do a little razzle-dazzle, get to the sidelines, get to the edges like we talked about in the pregame. Whoever wins the edges probably going to win the game tonight.
So a 3rd down, and let's call it 7, as the Jaguars split out, receiver right, receiver left, wing back to left side, play action, rolling out to the left side, looking to get it in the flat. Caught here by Enger. He'll make 1 miss, make 2 miss, nearly breaks it all the way home, but he'll end up just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line, gain of 16.
Enger with a textbook foot plant into the ground, turned back up the field, getting those extra yards, going through the tacklers, and Hillsboro-Central Valley on the run there for a few yards.
Literally shoestrings away from busting that one here for, if not the distance, at least a lot more. Here will come up now with the, Brody Dickoff coming in as the outside backer, standing up for Hillsboro-Central Valley, or that D end. He'll rush right side in the face here as it's thrown incomplete. Intended receiver that time was Cash Chisholm. Here, incomplete pass that time from Lichtenberg, and we'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Thompson with Chisholm step for step. Great coverage there. No chance on that one.
2nd and 10 with 8:28 to go in this first half. Burrows with one touchdown run from Landon Olson. There's they took the short field and went down and punched it in. Jaguars trying to cover up a lot of ground. Ooh, nearly a bobbled handoff that time to Hoppy. Had to kind of stop, collect himself, and that maybe helped Caden Cassette get in there for the loss of a 1 on the play.
Yeah, again, Hoppy spending most of the first quarter on the trainer's bench. Probably not ready to go yet, not through his warm-ups. It's been a while since he's been back on the field. So just getting that ball secured and getting the right direction. Hoppy comes back off on the field now.
Reed Volden will come in that tailback spot. Here is, well, don't let the picture fool you. He'll run hard. Saw on defense here, he'll come up and hit you as well too. So imagine he won't be afraid to do it on offense. Back to pass, looking left side. Now rolling to the right side in the flat, caught and dislodged that time as Cody Rage. No, that's Wyatt Johnson comes up. Wyatt Johnson comes up to make the incomplete pass.
Yeah, Lichtenberg had some great. And it looks like it might have had an injury on the sideline there, but Lichtenberg had a lot of time to work with, was getting through his reads, getting through his progressions, but good coverage downfield by the Burros and great stop to turn into 4th and 10.
Looks like the punt team will come on now for Northern Cass. Here's Volden is the punter. 4th and 11 after the incomplete pass. 2 of 7 passing, 27 yards in the first half for Julian Lichtenberg. Here, Burrows stand at the 20-yard line ready to receive the punt. Waiting on the snap here. It comes back here, and off the side of the foot, and it will take a little roll. It will be a net of about 12 yards as it goes out at the 42-yard line. And that is where Hillsboro-Central will take over in their territory.
Yeah, Jake, and it might have even been a case where it might have actually hit, kind of clipped a Northern Cass player to get the poor punt.
So the Burros officially marked at the 43-yard line, begin the drive. I formation. 2 receivers twinned up left side. Lushik under center, turns hands off. Landon Olson wrapped up. Reed Volden leading the charge in the backfield. As in there, and Olson brought down for no gain, loss there. Gueston in there as well. They're going to lose 2 yards.
Yeah, that Northern Cass defense, Jake, they're going to make very well sure that they stop Olson first and foremost and let everything else come as it may.
17 plays, 11 have gone to Landon Olson. You could say he is a focus point for both sidelines. Here's 2nd and 12. Receiver left, receiver right, 2 wingbacks. They send man in motion. That's Dylan. No, that's Caden Cassette. That's Cassette in motion here. Right side, they give it off to Landon Olson. Flag comes in. 2 flags come in behind the play as Olson works his way up to about the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1, but initial indication says it's going to go backwards.
Yeah, not a lot of rhythm here on this drive so far for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Got to continue to mix it up. Got to continue to keep those handoffs to Olson down the middle, but also to try and get it to the edge as they did with the run. Just didn't quite work that time for him.
Caden William comes in on the defensive line as Camden Hodgson getting a breather there. Here, one of the 2-way players, starters there on the Jaguar sideline. And it is going to be on Hillsboro-Central, so mark them back. Going to be 2nd and a country mile. Here's they put it at the inside the 31-yard line.
Absolutely peaceful, beautiful night here in northern Cass County. Just a great night for football. Light breeze as the sun goes down.
As the sun goes down over the water?
On my side of town?
Something like that. I formation as Lushik looks now, dumps it off in the flat there, and read perfectly. Had him manned up that time. Parker Zeski makes the pass as he dislodges the catch, incomplete.
Yeah, Zeski read it just perfectly the whole way through, and even if it was a catch, probably better that he dropped it as there would have been a loss.
See Cody Rage checking in. Kyle Halfley coming back in as well for the Burros. Here on 3rd and 22. got to get it across midfield. Late substitution for the Jaguars here as Samuel Nelson comes running off the field. In the shotgun set, Lushik rolls to his right, looks nothing there. He's wrapped up and eventually brought down. Reed Volden gets a little shove from his teammate that time. Gage Nygaard, as they team up, they get the sack and a loss on the play.
That Northern Cats line is having its way right now. It is definitely winning the battle in the trenches despite not winning the scoreboard.
Going to go down as a loss of 4 on the sack. And we'll bring out James Fortman now to punt. Fortman with his 3rd punt of the day upcoming. Snap back, and the kick is off, and a line drive. Good punt here. We'll take a bounce at the 31 to the 25 to the 21, down to the 20. Oh, that time playing with fire down there as Skank kind of motioned like he was going to grab it and then said, no, you can have it. We'll take it here at the 20-yard line.
Buchholz kept him honest there on that one, but what a punt from Fortman. He is certainly delivering at his position tonight, making it difficult for Northern Cass to get out in good field position.
Flipping the field, that's what you want to do with special teams, and that's what Fortman has done here tonight. They're, underrated. That punt team, underrated, but when you can do a big kick like that and turn what was a 4th and 27 into a 1st and 10 the other way back at the 20-yard line, not have them up near midfield, that's a big change there, a big field flipper. 2 receivers left, 1 right as the Borough defense get lined up, flare a man out for all the backfield, trying to set up a screen to the wide receiver on the right side, far screen, make one miss, and then Buchholz brings them down that time. Antonio Sanchez with the catch.
Yeah, Sanchez doing some nice dancing there down the field. Bowden Allen with some great penetration there for the Burros to make Lichtenberg make a quick move and dump it down to Sanchez right away.
5:30 to go in the first half, 6-0 the score. Hillsboro-Central Valley leading off the Landon Olson touchdown run. 2nd and 2. Send the slot receiver out in motion out wide on the bottom part of your screen. You'll see there as they will give off here. Hoppy on the right side. He breaks it into the 3rd level, into the open field. It's a foot race down the field all the way into the end zone. 70 yards.
Virtually untouched, Jake. Rage did his best to get in a screaming range and go down the field, but Hoppy was not going to be denied.
70-yard touchdown run will equalize things and the chance for the Jaguars to take the lead here on the point after try. And that time, Hoppy, great job to make a guy miss. And then look at the Jets, too, on the acceleration.
I would say Hoppy is definitely A-OK to go for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you were all worried.
I don't know if worried is the right word. A little concerned.
Reed Volden in. He's 3-3 on PATs as, they blow this one dead before the kick. Looked like it was good, but a timeout called by Hillsboro-Central Valley. So they take the timeout. We take the timeout as well as your timeouts from Bank North. We're back after this for the PAT. Welcome to a better banking experience with First State Bank. Locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland. First State Bank is here for you. Locally owned for over 120 years, we know you and the area. Banking for today with savings, checking, and loan services for business, personal, or agriculture. And helping to guide you to tomorrow with wealth management and insurance services. Today, tomorrow, together. First State Bank. Stop into our locations in Grand Forks, Thompson, Buxton, Mayville, and Portland, or visit online, firststatebanks.com. As we come back before the PAT try, we talk to you about your agents with answers in Trail County. Brad Richter, Nick Preston with Nodak Insurance Company. Call 701-636-5285. Brad Richter in Hillsboro, Nick Preston in Mayville. Your Nodak Insurance Company, your Trail County agents with answers. To kick the PAT, Reed Volden will be out there ready to go as the snap back, the kick, the one-step gather, the high kick is good, and the Jaguars take the lead 7-6 on your Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Northern Cass leads Hillsboro-Central Valley, 4:53 to go, second quarter.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles Hillsboro.
The Volden kickoff received by Hillsboro-Central Valley up to the 35 across, falling forward up to the 38-yard line. Here as Bowden Allen brings it up there for Hillsboro-Central Valley, and that is where the Burros will start this drive, trying to answer back after they gave up the big 70-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, Volden on a little bit of a squibber, trying to catch the return team from Hillsboro-Central Valley off guard. Allen's there with the sure hands, and to put the Burros in good field position for a response.
Sophomore quarterback Tyson Lushik comes out here as he'll be under center. I formation, receivers to the right side. They'll run the give here. No, it will be kept that side on the option keeper. And Lushik is brought down to the backfield there. Like Anger in there. And
Brody Guest in there is the main guy to bring him down there.
Loss on the play, loss of 3 for Lushik. And brings up now a 2nd 13.
Wyatt Johnson coming in off the sideline there for the Burros. In for, looks like Kyle Halfley.
Burros, passing-wise, 1 for 4, 6 yards. They've been targeting out in those flats. Haven't been able to, only completed 25%. Here's they're looking to do something as they'll play action roll out to the left side. Lushik, he will spin back to his right, trying to avoid the tackle. Looks like he does avoid the loss, picks up about 1 yard.
Yeah, Leshik nearly getting his helmet taken off there at the end, but a really nice spin move to keep the drive going down the field, but a tough third down early in the drive.
So 3rd and 12 for Hillsboro-Central Valley, 3:40 to go. Here as they look to break the huddle in this second quarter, trailing 7-6. Get a score update here in a moment here with the out-of-town scoreboard as well. Under center, split backs, turn, looking to pass, looking right, now coming back to his left, and there's nothing there as Reed Volden living in the backfield right now for the Jaguar defense as he gets the sack here and a loss of 4.
Yeah, joined by Guest in there. Both those guys are really busting things up in the trenches there for Hillsboro-Central Valley. They're having a hard time holding him back. That's going to be a thing to focus there come second half.
Here, that out-of-town scoreboard from Golden Harvest and Tim Cazette's Seed Sales scoreboard. Carrington leading Thompson 14-0 after 1. There, that game for you on yourliveevent.com. Joe Lancello with the call there in Thompson. Punt formation for Hillsboro-Central Valley. On 4th down, James Fortman has a snap come back. And the high punt this time. Fair catch will be called and gathered in at the 33-yard line. And that is where Northern Cass will take over, about 3 yards closer than they were when Matthew Hoppy ripped off a 70-yard touchdown run on his last touch.
And you know that Hoppy's not going to be alone to get the options there. You're going to see Metzger and Anger continue to rotate out throughout the game and get some touches along with Sanchez on the outside.
Jaguars will have 1 receiver right, 2 receivers right side. Well, kind of an H-back on that right side. 2 receivers left side as well. 1 back in the backfield there as they give it here to Matthew Hoppy. He freezes the outside rusher that time on the read option. Giving off to Hoppy, and he picks up 2.
Caden Kazette lowers the shoulder there to finish the job on Hoppy to keep him from churning out some more yards.
8 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown. That'll help your average when one of those went for 70. Trips receivers to the left side. Back to pass. Looking, got a man deep. And the pass, was that?
Just incomplete.
Like yep.
Just incomplete, but right there that time by Halfley. He was probably an inch close to getting the pick, but great containment, great protection on the offensive line there for Northern Cass. Those guys up front doing a heck of a job there. Nygaard, Williams, Gueston, Nelson, and Hodgson doing a fantastic job of giving Lichtenberg plenty of time to operate.
Monson was coming free on a vertical route that time, just couldn't get the ball. Here, back to pass now on third down. Pressure comes. He'll step up in the pocket. Looking right side. Throws a little sidearm sling. Oh, what a collision there, but held on to it at midfield. First down, Jaguars.
Yeah, Halfley and Buckholtz on the stop there. But again, when the protection breaks down this time, Lichtenberg with the awareness to step up into the pocket and find the open man downfield.
1:56 to go in this second quarter. Monson with the catch, 14 yards, first down for the Jaguars. Nose the ball right at the 50-yard line. Technically, right now in Jaguar territory. They'll turn. They'll hand off. Hoppy, he will stop in the backfield, stutter step, get into Burrow territory as he crosses the 50 down to the 48-yard line. Gain of 2 for Matthew Hoppy.
Hoppy contained right now, but of course they're going to want to keep giving him the ball and giving him chances to break one free again.
Timeouts called here. Timeouts from Bank North. There you can visit ibanknorth.com to learn more about values-based banking with Bank North, helping their customers achieve their financial goals while supporting and improving the great rural communities they serve. More than just a bank, Bank North, community partner that you can always count on. ibanknorth.com. Jaguars lead the Burros 7-6 on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsboro, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Thought you were talking to me. Here as we come back with the Northern Cass Jaguars leading the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. Remember to talk with your agents with answers. Brad Richter, Nick Preston with Nodak Insurance Company, Hillsboro and Mayville. As the Jaguars looking to answer on this drive here as they have it 2nd and 8. Handoff Matthew Hoppy as he is stopped in the backfield that time. Good penetration. Ben McRitchie stopped him. Bowden Allen then came from the backside, wrapped him up, brought him down. Loss of 3.
Usually doesn't end well when you try to go through a wall named McRitchie and Allen. Usually, and that's kind of what Hoppy saw, and probably good to just go down.
Hoppy out, Volden in, 3rd and 11. Snap comes back in the shotgun set, looking in the left flat. It's caught there at the 50-yard line, turn upfield, run a man over. We're trying to run a second guy over, and it'll be a first down for the Jaguars. And a little shoving going down, flags coming in, and emotions running high right now towards the end of the first half.
That second flag went so high, it probably could have cleared an opening mark at the state track and field meet for pole vault.
I would agree that. There's Anger made the catch down here to the 39-yard line, so a gain of 11. His 3rd catch here in the game. And we're going to see what we're going to have here if we're going.
And we're going back. It's going to be on the Jags.
So the first down will give them the new set of downs. The yardage will, after the play, the yardage then taken away. It's going to be a net of a loss of 4 and a first down.
Yeah, and that's just, again, the 3rd personal foul, 2nd against the Jags in this game. 3 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, just 2 touchdowns combined.
Total of 4 penalties, 45 yards by Northern Cass in this first half. They have 2 timeouts left with 59 seconds on the clock. We got to reset the chains as they had gone forward for the first down. Now they got to come backwards, so not only are you moving your team backwards, but you're making the chain gang do extra work. That's just not right.
Can't do that.
No. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Back to pass. Looking in the right flat here. It's caught out on the edge. Try and that time Plantas. Buckles gets him up to midfield. It'll be a gain of 4 as Buckles makes the tackle at midfield, I should say.
Buckles with a textbook play, and it looks like we might get a timeout here to stop the clock.
Timeout here. We're back after this one. 48 seconds left, 7-6. Northern Cass leads Hillsboro-Central Valley.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Northern Cass Jaguar football, 48.4 left on the clock. They should have one timeout left by my tally after this break in the action. Ball is at the 50-yard line, second down, 2nd and 6. Here's they will come off the sideline, break the huddle, be wide out left side, bottom of the screen. Keelan Monson is the deep receiver, part of the trips receiver set. Running back in the backfield as well. Here's the junior quarterback, Julian Lichtenberg. And he'll take the snap, back to pass. Pressure coming, look over the middle. Here it is. It's caught on the run! All the way in! Touchdown, Jaguars! 50 yards to the house! Skank pulls it in. Looked like he got it with one hand, and then he races to the end zone.
Boy, just that release from Lichtenberg in the backfield. He really ripped that thing, and it just dropped in the right place at the right time. I don't know, he could have gotten better coverage, maybe a little closer if you're the Burrow defense, but Skank with a great catch and a good touchdown. Good score for the Jags.
40 seconds left in the half, and when your first 4 drives go interception, fumble, lost, punt, you come back with a 70 and a 50-yard touchdown. I want a pass there from Lichtenberg, his 3rd touchdown, first receiving by Skank. PAT is up and blocked. No good. It will be 13-6. The score on your Dakota Heritage Bank, dhbanknd.com, the website. 13-6. Northern Cass leads Hillsboro-Central Valley.
The Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents, fans, and community members who work together to build team and community spirit. The Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro and Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs, encouraging everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro-Central Valley students. It's the Hillsboro-Central Valley Booster Club.
Northern Cass Jaguars get the score, a 50-yard pass play. Julian Lichtenberg to Andrew Skank. The junior hits the senior in stride, and the 50-yard touchdown pass makes it 13-0 after the PAT fails. Hillsboro-Central Valley will be on to receive the kick now. Here, 2 timeouts left before we'll hit halftime. Reminder coming up at your Hunter Insurance Agency halftime report. We'll talk with the coaches. We'll recap the first half. Look forward to the second half. Here as a onside kick attempt, and it will just go the 10 yards right to the 50-yard line where it's recovered by the Burros. Good job by that front line not to go too early. And they say the Jags did touch it at the 46.
They did, yeah.
Okay.
It touched a couple of knees early, and the Burros were there to land on it. But I don't know, Jake, I don't know about that call. That might backfire because Burros have got 40 seconds, no time, ran out the clock, 2 timeouts, and instead of maybe starting from their, 20, 30-yard line, they start inside Jaguar territory at the 47.
There, and that's sometimes you take that risk, That's what you do. We'll see what pays off. Here as the Burros come out, it will be Lushik under center, split backs behind him. Receiver left, receiver right. Here on 1st and 10. Play action, back to pass. Looking down the right sideline, trying to go for Halfley. It is incomplete, overthrows him. Halfley going back, looking into the lights. I don't know if he tracked it there as he was kind of looking for it, then it looked like he saw it and tried to catch up to it.
Yeah, I think Leshik maybe had a little bit more time to give Halfley some more run time down the field, but released it maybe a split second too quick, but I like the idea.
Looked like the Jag coaching staff, too, telling the defensive backs, hey, play deep. Just don't get burned. Bolden Allen will be wide left side. Wing backs each way in a pistol set. Back to pass is Lushik. Rolls to the right. Now looks to step up in the pocket. Scrambles. Gets back up to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Clock will continue to run as Cash Chisholm on senior night, one of the Jaguar seniors, brings them down there. No gain, and Burrows are going to let the clock run. There, 12 seconds left here before we hit halftime. They can let the clock run out. It looks like they're either going to take a timeout or they're going to let it out. 3, 2, 1. And that is our first half in the books here with the Northern Cass Jaguars leading the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros 13-6. There's James, you'll have to give me a wave there if you're ready to go here with our halftime coaches' comments down there on the field as James, you all good? There we go. Let's go down to the field.
Pastor Joe Johnson, head coach for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. And, Coach, it's been a back-and-forth battle all half. Team trails 13-6. Your thoughts in the first half?
Well, obviously, on the defensive side, we need to stop giving up big plays. And we have guys just slightly out of position or making a move for the ball when they shouldn't be. Small mistakes with big results, and we just can't do them anymore.
Coach, on the offensive side of the ball, what are some things that are going right for your guys?
Yeah, of course, we got Landon going just a little bit more this week, and again, we're a half a block away from making plays, leaving ourselves long on first and second down, which makes it, leaves us with 3rd and 14 instead of 3rd and 4.
Coach, thanks so much.
You're all right.
There's Pastor Joe Johnson, head coach for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, our halftime coaches' comments. Here we are. This is your Hunter Insurance Agency halftime report. Northern Cass leads Hillsboro-Central Valley 13-6.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
Hillsboro Dairy, with delivery of fresh dairy products and more to your home door. I've had Hillsboro Dairy delivering cold, fresh dairy products and other items to my door for years. 3 main reasons why. It's the convenience, the products are fresh, and the delivery service from the Udder Guy. Nobody does it like the Udder Guy. Every week, we get the C-Teak. Please call him at 701-436-5877. Delivery right to your door from Hillsboro Dairy. The Hillsboro Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsboro Vets Club.
The Hillsboro and Central Valley schools are glad to have students and staff back in the classroom and in activities. If you have questions in regards to the activity schedule for either school, the Burros want you to visit hillsboroK12.com or centralvalleynd.com and click on the HCV Athletics tab. The schedules and calendars are posted each day too. The school websites in Hillsboro and Central Valley are valuable resources for the community. Visit them often for updated information, daily announcements, contact info. It's all on the school website for the Hillsboro and Central Valley school districts.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank. The Goose River Bank wants to bring banking to you. The days of coming into the bank to do business are changing. With digital banking, you can choose how and when you want to do business with us. We will still be here when you need us, but sometimes it's more useful to bank from the seat of your tractor, the kitchen counter, or even while you're on the go. Let the Goose River Bank become your community bank. We believe that a strong bank builds strong communities, and we would be proud to be your bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, as we're entertained with some youth football out here at halftime, there you see the 5th and 6th graders for Northern Cass taking the field right now. This is your halftime report from Hunter Insurance Agency. They're dedicated to providing you the best support for your insurance requests from crop, hail, farm, commercial, and home. For more information, go online, hunterinsuranceagency.com. In the first half, Northern Cass, big plays for them. Had some big plays go against them with the result of some turnovers. Had some big plays on offense there as they recovered in that late second quarter for a couple of touchdowns. A 70-yard touchdown run from Matthew Hoppy, a 50-yard touchdown pass from Julian Lichtenberg to Andrew Skank. That gave them the 13-6 lead after the PAT 1 of 2 for Reed Volden. Here on today's game, makes him 4 of 5 overall on the season. Hillsboro-Central Valley, they were able to get the ball back at the start of the second quarter here with a short drive, went 43 yards, capped it off with a Landon Olson 2-yard touchdown run, a penalty, and a 23-yard reverse run. The big 26-yard reverse run there. The big plays on that drive to get them the touchdown. Here as it is Northern Cass leading 13-6 on your Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Stick with us. We'll come back. We'll talk some first half stats, look around the region, around the state as well, and more coming up on your Hunter Insurance Agency halftime report.
Mother Nature can strike at any time, and Irie Insurance is here to help. Experience the difference with Irie. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve.
Home insurance, auto insurance, crop insurance, commercial insurance, benefits insurance.
We have you covered from head to toe, underground to sky. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote.
At Ironhide, we like to have our sales guys cater to the owners of the businesses or the customers that they're trying to help out to actually find a solution to their problem. We understand that customers have a job to do, and we strive to keep that job going without interruption.
We've invested so heavily in this facility, but bigger than that, in the people.
Do you need new furniture? You know, real furniture that's comfortable and built to last. Something stylish that you can enjoy watching the games on, entertain friends on, or just relax with the family? Then there's only one place and one person you need to visit. Lee Olfson Furniture Mart in West Fargo. From beds to couches and everything in between, they have the best selection at the best prices and always no interest financing available. Visit with Lee Olfson, Platinum Sales Specialist at Furniture Mart, and don't forget to ask for Lee and get the special Your Live event pricing. Call or text 200-8019 or stop in. Make sure you ask for Lee.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
Hunter Insurance Agency halftime report. Let's look at our first half statistics. And first, the statistic to look at, the scoreboard with Northern Cass leading Hillsboro-Central Valley 13-6. There, as let's look at the individual stats now for Hillsboro-Central Valley. We begin with them rushing the ball. Landon Olson, 11 carries for 22 yards and a touchdown. Caden Kazette, 1 carry, 1 yard. Kyle Halfley, 1 carry, 26 yards. Tyson Lushik with 3 carries, total of -2. Wyatt Johnson, 1 carry, 1 yard. 2 team carries that were sacks, a loss of 4 on both for a loss of 8 total in the first half there with the sack yardage for Hillsboro-Central Valley. 19 rushes, 40 yards rushing. Tyson Lushik, 1 of 6 passing to Wyatt Johnson for 6 yards. Here, so 6 plus 40 makes 46 yards on 25 plays, 1 turnover, 3 first downs, 3 penalties, total of 30 yards in the first half for Hillsboro-Central Valley as their 7 possessions. They had 4 punts, 1 fumble, 1 touchdown, and 1 run out the half there in that first half. Scoring touchdown was Landon Olson, a 2-yard touchdown run. The PAT failed. Also an interception on defense for Kyle Halfley. Fumble recovery on defense for Ben McRitchie. For the Northern Cass Jaguars, rushing the ball, Matthew Hoppy, 10 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown. Matthew Metzger, 2 carries, 4 yards. Reed Volden, 2 carries, 1 yard. Julian Lichtenberg with 3 carries, total of -2 yards, 1 team carry for 0 yards there in the first half. Passing the ball, it is a 7 of 13 first half for 113 yards and a touchdown for Julian Lichtenberg here as he went 1 catch, 50 yards and a touchdown to Andrew Skank. 1 catch, 14 yards to Keelan Monson. 2 catches totaling 12 yards to Antonio Sanchez. 3 catches totaling 37 yards. And this one to Caleb Anger for the Jaguars. So 113 plus 104, 217 yards of offense in the first half for the Jaguars on 31 offensive plays. They had 2 turnovers, 4 first downs, 4 penalties, totaling 45 yards. Here with 1 interception, 1 fumble, 2 punts, 2 touchdowns on their 6 offensive possessions in the game. Defensively, Matthew Metzger with a fumble recovery for the Jaguars. Here scoring plays, Hoppy with a 70-yard touchdown run, Skank with a 50-yard touchdown reception in that first half. That's our first half stats in this one. Let's real quick take a look around the area with our scoreboard, our out-of-town scoreboard here tonight, brought to you by the Golden Harvest Tim Kazette Seed Sales out-of-town scoreboard. Langdon area, Edmore Munich coming in ranked number 4, showing why. First half, they lead 42-0 over Rugby. Harvey Wells County leading Bottineau 7-0 at halftime. Cavalier leading Grafton 28-7. It is Killdeer leading Bowman County 20-7 at halftime. They're at Bowman County. Ellendale Elgely Calm leads 14-0 over Mayport CG as they just start the second half. Central Cass all up over Lisbon 42-0 halfway through the second quarter. Velva Garrison Drake Animus, the number 1, leads 50-0 over Nedrose on the road there in the first half. Dickinson Trinity leading Beulah 21-0. Carrington leading Thompson now at the end of the first half 30-15. Here around 11A football here tonight. Your out-of-town scoreboard again from Tim Kazette Seed Sales. We'll have our halftime, see if we can grab some more halftime coaches' comments here. As, there you are. I see you now. You're down on the field. There's James Martins. They're down on the field with more of our halftime coaches' comments.
Yeah, we are down on the field with Tyler Euxted, head coach of the Northern Cass Jaguars. And Tyler, you picked up a couple of big plays in that first half after a slower start.
Yeah, 100%. We just kept trusting our athletes. You give Hoppy the ball, he's a home run waiting to happen. And ultimately, Andrew Skank just made a hell of a catch and ended up scoring on the play.
Yeah, got a chance to shut down the Hillsboro-Central Valley run game for the most part, stopping Landon Olson from those big runs.
Yes, and that's the key in the second half. Keep doing that. We got to keep scoring points and then make them throw the ball. Okay, we got to keep trusting our game plan, and we got to win the next 2 quarters.
Adjustments for the second half.
Honestly, just keep doing what we're doing. Defense, like I said, just got to keep focusing on the run. They might run a little more play action. We told our defensive backs don't sleep. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Here we go as the teams break their huddles to get warmed up for the second half. The 4th, 5th, 6th grade youth football breaks their huddles as they head off to the sideline there after getting their chance in the Friday night lights with the second half of Northern Cass and Hillsboro-Central Valley coming up when we return on yourliveevent.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in North Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Second half ready to kick off here on yourliveevent.com. Thanks for joining us here tonight from the Palace on the Prairie. Northern Cass High School here with the Jaguars of Northern Cass on senior night leading 13-6. And the big plays at the end of the first half, plus the Jaguars get the ball to start the second half as Hillsboro-Central Valley ready to kick things off, kicking from right to left. Jaguars with the 1 touchdown lead as the sun has dipped down and we're underneath the Friday night's lights. It's Friday night and we're live on yourliveevent.com. Here comes the squib kick. Will be picked up by the up back and up to the 42-yard line. That is where Northern Cass will start the second half.
Great field position there for Northern Cass. Again, here from Tyler Eucstead at the half. They just got to keep doing what they're doing, keep looking for those big plays, and keep containing Olsen on the defensive side and the rest of the Burros.
Northern Cass Jaguar offense coming out. Gage Nygaard, Caden Williams, Brody Geston, Sam Nelson, Cam Hobson on the offensive line. Matthew Metzger, Elin Monson, Andrew Skank, the receivers, Caleb Anger, and Matthew Hoppy, the running backs, H-back. Julian Lichtenberg, the quarterback, as he turns hands off. Here, wrapped up in the backfield as that time, Bowden Allen with the pressure. Jack Madsen with the grab. No gain that time.
Yeah, you got to wonder about the defensive adjustments for Pastor Joe Johnson and the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros. Again, got to make sure to contain those big plays, and if they can limit those, of course, they're very much in this game.
Bowden Allen, James Fortman, Jack Madsen, Ben McRitchie on the defensive line, Landon Olson, Caden Cassette, Braden Chenault, the linebackers, Kason Buckles, Isaac Thompson, Kyle Halfley, Wyatt Johnson, your secondary for Hillsboro-Central Valley. 2nd and 10. Here as they give the ball again, goes to Hoppy, and he is stood up and brought down for a loss of 1. Landon Olson charging in, blitz.
Yeah, and even if they find resistance, they got to continue to feed Hoppy the ball. You never know when he's going to break free, and for Hillsboro-Central Valley, they got to expect that. They got to expect that Northern Cass is going to start out with a run game, and if they need to, go to the pass.
Yeah, you look at Hoppy, you take out the touchdown run, 9 for 31. You know, everyone likes to talk about, you go back to Adrian Peterson, or he'd hit you, or even back to Barry Sanders, or all of a sudden he's gone. That's certainly the big playability that we've seen in this game so far. Man in motion as they loop him back. They're looking deep down the field. The pass is incomplete, thrown wide. Had to rush it a little bit. Pressure coming from the backside. And Lichtenberg, incomplete pass.
Yeah, Bowden Allen with some great pressure. Hurried up Lichtenberg a little bit. Maybe caused the overthrow, but some great coverage as well from Buckholtz down the field.
Was looking for Monson. Or no, that was for Metzger going deep. Metzger, we got some long, lanky receivers out here for the Jaguars. 4th and 10, looks like they will be back in punt formation. Burrows back to receive here, back at the 25-yard line. Here's the pass. Oh, nearly blocked, and we're going to have a running in or roughing the kicker. Here's it's fielded by Cody Rage. Penalty flags are out. Rage breaks it up the right sideline up to the 45, 46. But this will be a penalty here on the Burrows as they went for the block, couldn't quite get it there, and then ran into the punter Volden.
Yeah, Bowden Allen went for broke, and I liked the play, but just didn't quite get there the right timing.
Here, and the good return, so yeah, for sure you're looking at a penalty accepted, I believe. Here on Hillsboro-Central Valley, this will be their 4th penalty of the game. Here as they came into the game with, I believe it was just 5 penalties on the season. So they are calling the penalty there. Difference is it's a running into the kicker. It was not a roughing, it was a running into the kicker. So it's just the 5-yard penalty there, and it will not be a first down. So they mark it forward, but a chance here where let's see if the Jaguars are going to punt it or if they want to take it here near midfield with the, much closer distance. So 4th and 5.
And a timeout on the field as well. Looks like Northern Cass will repunt, though.
Well, that's how they came out, but let's see what they talk about in the timeout. 13-6, Northern Cass leads Hillsboro-Central Valley on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Insurance answers should come easily from local agents you know and trust. Someone down the road, not across the country. From Watford City to downtown Fargo, NODAC insurance agents know the protection you need. From the Peace Garden to the geographical center of North America. We're focused on North Dakota's farms, ranches, small towns, and cities, so the answers are right in front of you. NODAC Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Timeouts from Bank North, ibanknorth.com, the website. Valued-based banking with Bank North. Again, the website, ibanknorth.com. Bringing you this timeout. Scan that QR code on the screen right now. Find out more about Bank North and their values-based banking. Will be punt formation for Northern Cass. Burrows just got pressure, but a run into the kicker, so we will re-punt. As this one, the snap is bobbled, and back to pass now. Volding looking out as he's being rushed. He'll get around to the right side edge, and he will be down after a gain. Or excuse me, that was Matthew Hoppy there with the, now the carry, as he was brought forward for a gain of 1, but nearly a disaster as he was almost caught back at the 30.
Boy, Wyatt Johnson just leveled the punter there for Hillsboro-Central Valley, and McRitchie nearly had the length to catch him down to the backfield, but good to at least get out of a much worse situation.
So with 10-12 to go, third quarter, ball will be in Jaguar territory at the 49. Last time the Burros started a drive in the Jaguar territory was when they got the touchdown run from Landon Olson, his 6th of the year. And they were helped out with the big 26-yard reverse to Kyle Halfley, also the 15-yard personal foul penalty earlier in the drive, too, to help put him down the field. Man in motion comes, that is Halfley in flat motion from right to left. Roll out, pitch option goes to Landon Olson right side. Spins away, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that was a really impressive 3-yard carry because he was there for a 5-yard loss before he slipped away.
Not saying Olson does this, I don't know his training, but this is why big guys take things like ballet and dance for footwork on the field to get him a little bit further down the field. So good work for Olson. Looked like it was going to be a loss, ends up gaining a couple yards.
Don't know about ballet. I've seen the footwork on the basketball court from him there, too, running that high-low there a lot for the Burro basketball team. Second down and long 7 here for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Split backs as Mitzel is in at quarterback for Hillsboro-Central Valley. They run the pitch play reverse here, trying to weave his way upfield. Down to the outside, breaking the way. Kyle Halfley weaves and tucks and makes his way up the field for the first down as Dylan Mitzel in at quarterback. Here, first game of the season for him. Runs a little pitch play that time to his senior classmate Kyle Halfley, and Halfley with the big gain.
Love the call there from Pastor Joe. Wanted to switch things up a little bit. That might even be as simple as bringing in different personnel, and it worked that time for Hillsboro-Central Valley.
Mitzel, the senior, dealt with the knee injury last year. Was more of a running back last year. He leads out the team. Under center, I formation behind him. 2 receivers to the right side. Mitzel will look, call out the snap. He'll run the option, goes to Olson with the pitch. Olson looking for a block from Cassette, cuts it back inside, left side, all the way to the middle of the field. Touchdown, Landon Olson, 25 yards out.
Exactly what the Burros ordered. Great movement up the field from Olson. Mitzel might be that spark that is exactly what Hillsboro-Central Valley needs to get themselves back into this one.
Well, a point away from tying it up. Bowden Allen will try and get the equalizer here on the PAT kick. 8:49 to go in this third quarter. Here is getting Cassette to snap it. Kritzberger to hold it. Bowden Allen will see it. He'll kick it. He'll tie it. 13-13 our score on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard here as the Burros tied up in the third quarter.
At Olson Accounting, they tackle it all with a variety of services to help your business, from payroll, audit, strategic planning, and taxes. Plus, they'll protect your individual financial and retirement planning like an offensive line working together to protect the quarterback on the field. Let the team at Olson Accounting help you in your business or farm operation by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Hillsboro-Central Valley with the touchdown run. Landon Olson, 25 yards. He picks up touchdown number 7 for him, all on the ground this season. He's been held in check the last couple of games. He's found the end zone 3 times, but been held in check the yardage-wise. Here up over 50 yards now by my calculations, the most he's had since week 1. So the Burros tied it up at 13-13, and it's a whole new ball game right now as we get the kickoff. And James, I'm going to tell you, warm up the vocal pipes here as this one. Here it's Bowden Allen kicking off, and it will be bobbled and jumped on. Who is it? Who's football? Waiting for the signal. Burrow football.
Yep. Hillsboro-Central Valley with their cover. He didn't quite see the number, but a couple of bobbles there for Northern Cass, and just Mitzel was the guy. You call him Momentum Mitzel. He changed it for Hillsboro-Central Valley and ushered in a great set of plays there for the Burros.
Well, with the Lee Elfson game break right here, and Lee Elfson says, hey, you got to get that eye of the tiger, and who's going to get momentum? Burros on that one. Remember, Lee Elfson at the Furniture Mart for your live event pricing. Call Lee, 701-200-8019, as Hillsboro-Central Valley lines up with Kyle Halfley going in flat motion. They're going to run the option to the left side here. Mitzel will pitch it off here to Landon Olson. Play comes in behind the play as he breaks free into the end zone.
It's coming back.
It's coming back.
Coming back, Jake. And we get skanked down as well at the 30.
So, a lot of stuff going on here between the muffed kickoff return here and now a first play that goes for a touchdown, but a penalty, likely bringing it back, and also player down for the Jaguars. So they tend to, the player down on the field, the block in the back going to be called on Hillsboro-Central Valley, so wipe it off. We'll take a break. We'll come back here on yourliveevent.com. 13-13 our score, Burrow football, 8:39 to go, third quarter.
Our Savior's Lutheran Church in Hillsboro, North Dakota invites you to experience the love of God. Our Savior supports all youth with academics, athletics, music, art, dance, and drama, and offer meaningful opportunities for people of all ages. Join us for worship at 8:30 or 10:30 each Sunday morning, in person or watch on television, HTC Channel 34, or online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or at oslchillsboro.com.
13-13 as Andrew Skank gets off the field there. Little assistance there, but walking under his own power now over to the trainer's table on the sideline. Hoping that everything turns out okay there for him as he'll get attended to. Hillsboro-Central Valley will have the football. It'll be first down, and they're going to mark it at the 40, and they have to get down here to the 20. So it's first and 20. Can you tell who my math teacher was? Receivers each way, I formation. Halfley goes left to right in flat motion. Mitzel, the quarterback, runs the option. Pitch over to Olson on the left side edge, trying to get around the corner. He's tripped up there in the backfield. Keeps the balance there to dive forward, and that looked like Chris Hoyland coming up to trip him up.
Yeah, Antonio Sanchez actually there on that near side with some being fleet of foot, if you will, both on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball.
All right, Hoyland coming in for Skank in that defensive backfield here, so it'll be second and 18, 8:11 to go in this third quarter.
Also, Caden Williams comes off the sideline there for the Jags, giving Hodgson a spell.
Cody Rage, Wyatt Johnson, Landon Olson, trips receivers right, Bowden Allen, lone receiver left. Pistol set here for Mitzel. Pump fake, pump and go over the middle. It's caught. Caught and complete here to Wyatt Johnson as he will get it down here to the 25-yard line. Here picking up the gain as Mitzel with his first pass completion on his first pass attempt of the year.
Yeah, not to give discredit at all to Leshek. He's done some great things this season for the Burros, but it just seems like Mitzel coming in has been just a huge spark for Hillsboro-Central Valley. Exactly what they needed to try and flip the script on the Jags. So far, it's working.
Leshek, the sophomore, has had good moments there, but Mitzel, a little bit different skills set, and also just the experience of being a senior, too. He'll pass out to the right side, wide receiver screen here as it's brought up and going to be about half yard short of the first down marker from my viewpoint.
Yeah, going to that, the more the option style has worked as well. Again, going to the edges. That's what we talked about in the pregame. Who's going to win the edges? And right now, Hillsboro-Central Valley is dominating that part of the field.
Double check. Was that Olsen on that catch?
I didn't see it through. It looked like Olsen, though.
Okay, we'll give it to him. And you know what? In the postgame, Marcus will get us there. Hey, stats for HCV today, courtesy of Marcus Hagnes. Thanks, Marcus. Here's a give up the middle, first down and more for Hillsboro-Central Valley as Bowden Allen gives a little, first down jump. Move the chains for HCV. And we'll bring him up here just outside the, right at the 15.
And it looks like Cooper Broughton a little bit slow to get up now for the Burros. Maybe some cramping going on right now.
Broughton, that left guard. We've seen John Madsen coming in for him at times this season, but we got players going to the sideline here, so they'll check on him. We'll take a break. Here we'll break away for this timeout. Remember, your Nodak insurance agents with answers, Brad Richter in Hillsboro, Nick Preston in Mayville. Call 701-636-5285. We're back, tied at 13, 6:35 to go, third quarter on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Broughton a little gingerly off the field there as he'll be replaced. I believe I see John Madsen coming out there at that left guard spot. Hillsboro-Central Valley 1st and 10, and, well, here we talked about it, James, that game break there from Lee Elfson and getting that eye of the tiger. That's what everyone's trying to do right now here at the field.
And the last known survivor starts to spread it. You know the rest.
Dun, dun, dun. That's all I know. Kyle Hafley out very wide left side of the field. Under center, split backs behind him. They will run the option. Give it here to Kazette, the fullback, as he powers through, holds on to the football as they're trying to rip it away, and does come down.
Actually, that's Olsen on the carry. Olsen on the carry there up the middle. 34. Kazette was out there, kind of trying to lead the way.
They got me mixed up there with that cross action. That's what I do, sometimes. Hafley comes out. Looks like Rage comes in. Will be 2nd and 6 from the 10-yard line.
Northern Cass has got to find a way to get a stop here right now. Hillsboro-Central Valley is a bullet train continuing to move down the field with ease.
And Mitzel right now in at quarterback for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, the senior coming off the injury from last year and playing here. He'll run the option. Oh, look at the fake as he keeps it himself out of the defense to run by, and then he tries to scramble forward and able to get wrapped up, but nearly a big loss turned into a minor loss.
And that's exactly what we saw near the end of the first half, second quarter especially. Northern Cass dominating the line, and they're back up to it, exactly what they needed to force this third down.
So a big third down for Hillsboro-Central Valley. The big plays on this drive, last drive, have been out of that option play call. So we'll see what they run here as Hafley will be wide left, Buckles wide right. Again, John Madsen next to Jack Madsen at the left guard. Got tight end left side. They're going to turn crossbuck action. They give here to Landon Olsen off the left side. He'll keep the feet moving, plow forward, and be close. But I believe 4th down.
Should actually have enough for the first down. Oh, no, it just is going to be a little bit short, but not by much. Looks really close.
Big play for both sides right now offense, defense. This is where you look at the guys in the trenches and where you look for the big moments right here as the
Just about a third of the football. That's it.
Mitzel under center, and they will lose the football. The football comes loose, and it doesn't matter if it's recovered. It's a loss, and it is Jaguar football turnover on downs.
Yeah, picking it up for the Jags. That's Keelan Monson, the junior, is able to get a big recovery for the big guy, and that's a big moment for Northern Cass. They needed a stop. They needed a change of momentum, change of tempo, and they got it.
Fumble recovery for Monson. Second turnover of the game for Hillsboro-Central Valley with 4:09 to go in this third quarter.
And 4 turnovers total now, Jake.
And the Jaguars taking the ball here on the 6-yard line. So a lot of green grass in front of them, and they've chewed up grass at times here in that first half. Here's the give here to Matthew Hoppy. He's brought down in the backfield. Looks like getting in that time was Caden Cazzette, the linebacker, on the blitz. They're lost on the play.
Yeah, Cazzette with a really good tackle there, just going low and bringing him down by his knees, and textbook right there for Cazzette.
2 receivers to the right side of the formation, 1 left side. Spread them out in that shotgun set here. And we'll be back to pass, looking over the right side. Might have been tipped and then incomplete as it's mishandled, bobbled there, and incomplete pass.
Looks like it did get out cleanly, but Sanchez just couldn't quite haul it in there. Good by McRitchie and that big frame of his to block the window for Lichtenberg to get that pass seamlessly into Sanchez on the outside.
Gage Nygaard, Caden Williams, Brody Guestin, Sam Nelson, Cam Hodgson on the offensive line for the Jaguars as they come out on 3rd and 11. Metzger, Monson here, and the pass over the middle. It is, not quite intercepted as Buckles had to go through the hands intended for Metzger. An incomplete pass.
You talk about sports IQ. Metzger utilizing his football IQ turns from an offensive player to a defensive player, making sure Buckles can't haul it in cleanly for the interception.
And if we were played in Madden, this is where the computer would have Charles Davis say that's why they're on defense and not offense. But Buckles plays offense too. Yeah, I don't know. Punt formation now here for the Jaguars in the end zone here. We'll see here. The Burros did get a good rush last time. This time they're going to not have a big rush. Here's a sideways kick, though, as it will go out of bounds, landing on the track, and they're going to say it goes out at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, about right over my head. I think I had a better chance at field than the Hillsboro-Central Valley returners.
So a net of 11 yards on that punt, and fantastic field position to start this drive for Hillsboro-Central Valley.
Couldn't have started better there, right at the edge of the red zone there for Northern Cass. Northern Cass, they got to come away with another stop again.
Here's so split backs in the backfield with Dylan Mitzel in at quarterback. Receivers Thompson left, Halfley right. Back to pass, rolling to the right side. Looking, stopping, starting, trying to find something. He's brought down for the sack. Reed Volton with a trifecta. 3 sacks today for Reed Volton.
He's kind of a smaller defensive player, but it's not about size. It's about hustle, and it's about precision, and Volden certainly has got both of those covered there for Northern Cass.
And not only is it a sack, but they bring it back all the way to the 32-yard line, a loss of 12 on that sack.
Actually, looks like it's going to be inside the 30 at about the 28 or so.
Oh, never mind. It was a loss of 8. Okay, I looked at the wrong yardage line. -8. Here is the player who goes right side. Landon Olson breaks one tackle. Down the sideline, breaks a second, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Burros!
I thought for sure he was down or out of bounds, but he kept going, and that's a big touchdown for the Burros.
Landon Olson with a little spin, a pirouette, and in for the score. 28-yard touchdown run, his 3rd of the day. And the Burros, importantly for them, take the lead. 2:22 to go, 3rd quarter. And put that in there. That's 89 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day for Landon Olson. Bowden Allen on to kick the point after attempt. Snap, hold, kick, up, line drive. No good as the kick fails. makes it 19-13. Hillsboro-Central Valley with the lead on your Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard on yourliveevent.com.
Shortly now, I'm going to be transitioning into a tool engineering position. With that, comes new training. Degelman has provided all the training necessary to help me succeed.
You can make top dollar if you utilize your time properly and you're efficient in what you do.
You can't beat the pay. It's 4 days a week, and it's awesome to have a 3-day weekend.
A short field for Hillsboro-Central Valley, taking just 20 yards and getting the touchdown run from Landon Olson, his third of the day, leading 19-13 now as they come out for the kickoff. And we look out on our out-of-town scoreboard from Colin Harvest, Tim Kazette, Seat Sales scoreboard. Here, Langdon area, Edmore Munich still up 42-0. Cavalier leading Grafton 36-7. Checking on some others. Central Cass over Lisbon 42-0, 50-7. Velva over Nedrose, and games are around the state here tonight. Here's a kickoff here to Northern Cass as the Jaguars will have Matthew Metzger pick it up and return it roughly 15 yards here to the 26-yard line.
Sawyer Owens of the Burrows first and 10 Northern Cass at their own 26. Yeah, Northern Cass, got to find a way to respond here now. Got to at least, if you don't score, put some first downs together, get some momentum, get some rhythm back on your side.
So we talked about big plays in the first half here. James, I'm going to ask you what's in your mind here in this third quarter been the big play here after this one as the snap goes. Play action rolling out to the right side, looking back over the middle. It's incomplete. Intended receiver to throw back towards the middle. Looked like Skank. Good to see him back out there after leaving with the injury earlier, but incomplete pass.
Looking at big play for Northern Cass there, Jake.
Yeah, whoever.
Yeah, I don't know that I've really seen a big play for Northern Cass yet, but they don't need a big play right now. I mean, they don't need to rely on a big play, I guess I should say on that. They can continue to run their offense, continue to give Hoppy some looks, continue to try and spread it out a little bit. They don't have to rush yet, but they got to be smart about it as well. For Hillsboro-Central Valley, the difference has been Mitzel for sure, and running that option. That's just jumbled up the offense, if you will, refreshed it. That's a good way to put it, and that's part of why they're ahead.
Hand off to Reed Volden as he jump cuts back towards the inside part of the hash marks. He's brought down 3-yard gain. Jack Matson leading the charge on that one. For my big play in the first half, that muffed kickoff return for the Jaguars, because we have not left this end of the field since that play.
Yeah, exactly.
And field position in a close game has mattered. We've seen that come into effect here, whether it's been a short drive or long drive, whatever it's been. Back to pass. Litchburg looking, dumps it off right side. Pressure in his face as Allen and McRitchie. That's when they put those paws up. It's a couple trees out there.
Yeah,
that's a tough pass to make.
Yeah, and Lichtenberg saying that's on me, so he feels he could have set it up a little bit better for that sense. But the other thing is that Hillsboro-Central Valley is getting a lot more pressure in the second half than they did in the first half. Lichtenberg had a lot more time, especially in that second quarter, to deliver balls, to set up those big plays to guys like Skank, and even the runs to Hoppy.
Fourth down, 4th and 7 for the Jaguars. Back in punt formation. Matthew Hoppy is the punter. As it will come, and the left-footed kick is a line drive here to Cody Rage as he lets it bounce at the 40, cross to the 39, to the 38, and that is where it was touched, and that is where Hillsboro-Central Valley will take over. 1:24 to go in the third quarter. Here is HCV. They've scored 2 in this third quarter. They came in on the year. We talked about the first quarter being outscored 20-0. They were outscored in the second, outscored in the third. Well, with the 2 touchdowns and the PAT here in this third quarter, now outscoring teams 20-12 in the third quarter on the year for Hillsboro-Central Valley. As they're back to pass, incomplete over the middle. Intended that time for Kyle Halfley, trying to get him on that over the middle quick hitter, incomplete pass.
Yeah, Halfley in some great space, just couldn't come down with it, and kind of banged his head up a little bit at the end as well.
Here, and Thompson will come out as that Johnson coming in. No, Rage coming in for the Burrow offense. He'll be receiver split out wide to the right side. Halfley goes to the left side at the bottom part of your screen. I formation for Mitzel under center. Here, 10 on the play clock as he snaps it, runs the option, gives it off to the fullback Gazette here, and this one brought forward, moving the pile, gain of 7 on the carry.
Yeah, Gazette might be a difference maker as well coming into the second half there, Jake, to kind of spell Olsen, spell guys in the passing attack like Halfley, to just kind of get a different runner out there and maybe make a difference.
Gazette did not see a carry last week in the loss at Kindred, had 13 for 50 and a touchdown over weeks 1 and 2. He's got 3 for 13 by my count here today. Third down for Hillsboro-Central Valley, 3rd and 2. Here's the play clock under 10, game clock under 40 as the snap goes. Give it off to Landon Olsen right side, and he will be brought down right at the stick. Right at the stick on what should be the final play of the third quarter. And we're going to see, I think they're going to mark him about half a yard shy.
Yeah, could be a little short on that one. Gives Coach Johnson a chance to figure out what he wants to do here on a 4th and short.
So with the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros putting up 13 points in the third quarter, they lead 19-13 as we go to the fourth quarter. That's how it reads on your Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Fourth quarter comes up next on yourliveevent.com.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
The 2023 R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is now available in digital format. You can view the 2023 Fall Sports Guide online and on mobile by visiting rnjbroadcasting.com and clicking on the Sports Guide link. View schedules, coaches' bios, and see plenty of photos and tidbits to get ready for the fall sports seasons. The R&J Sports Fall Sports Guide is now online and available at rnjbroadcasting.com.
Welcome back to Northern Cast, the Palace on the Prairie, and we've had a good one here today. Scoreless first quarter, 3 touchdowns scored in the second, 2 in the third, and tally them all up, and Hillsboro-Central Valley leads 19-13. Hillsboro-Central Valley's Landon Olsen 3 touchdowns rushing as they come out 4th down and inches. Here just shy of midfield. They turn, they hand off here. Landon Olsen to the right side, makes a man miss, trying to stiff arm. It's a foot race to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and touchdown Landon Olsen. His 4th touchdown rushing of the game.
And Mitzel just barely getting that off, almost tripped in the backfield, but did just enough to give Olsen the springboard needed to get his 4th of the night.
4 touchdowns for Landon Olsen as give him the sombrero. That time, Olsen gets it. That's a baseball reference for you, by the way, James. I don't know if you're a baseball guy.
It's definitely not my favorite sport.
Sombrero is not a good thing in baseball, though. It's good right now here. He's got 4 touchdowns. That's a good thing for him. He came into the game with 5. He's got 4. That's 9 on the year. Now for Landon Olsen and the 52-yard touchdown run. Here, so 2, 25, 28, 52. It's like he's adding his last touchdown run to the next one. It's like that Fibonacci sequence. Check it out. It's there. Here's Bowden Allen on for the extra point kick as this one looked like it was deflected at the line of scrimmage. No good. The PAT fails, but it is Hillsboro-Central Valley leading 25-13 on your Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
The Hillsboro Stars and Stripes program shares a huge thank you to the businesses and individuals that subscribe to the Stars and Stripes project. Your generosity in purchasing over 600 subscriptions will help nearly $20,000 go back into the community. Additional thanks go to the many individuals that help put the flags out. This project continues each year, so please like and follow the Hillsboro Stars and Stripes Facebook page to be updated on plans for next year.
25-13, Hillsboro-Central Valley leading over Northern Cass, 19 unanswered. right? Yeah, 19 unanswered here in the second half.
That is correct. First grade math, Jake.
Yeah, first grade. That's like college algebra for me. There's the Burros kicking off now here. Bowden Allen to kick it. Will be Northern Cass to receive it. Bowden Allen does have one touchback on the year. This one a good strong kick back inside the 10 to the 8-yard line where it's brought up the field. Start trying to get to the outside. In the middle of the hash marks. Brought down. That time is Anger on the carry. Here up to the 25, right at the 25.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Jake. I mean, that's 19 unanswered points for Hillsboro-Central Valley, and Northern Cass desperately needs an answer now. Now you do have to start thinking about maybe going to Hoppy a little bit less and playing a little bit quicker on the tempo.
142, 11:42, trying to mark things down, get that in the book. Here we go as we get the touchdown that time. And now here's a play pitched out to the right side, and incomplete pass.
Yeah, Volden the intended target that time for the Jags, just in and out. But again, that's the type of plays you need to go to now if you're Euclid and Northern Cass.
Here as Jaguars had those big plays in the first half after starting the first quarter slow, got to go in the second. We'll see here if after the break that third quarter is similar to the first, and we'll see how the fourth quarter unfolds for them. Now as they run a man in flat motion, that's Skank from the right side to left side. Back to pass, looking to get it off on the right edge. That's caught here by Sanchez. He'll make one miss, cut back towards the hash mark, up to the 34-yard line, and he's going to be shy of the first down. But a 9-yard gain for Antonio Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez has been the guy here in the second half for Lichtenberg, and you haven't really heard a lot of Metzger in this second half. We'll see if he gets some calls or if it's just going to be Sanchez and Volden and Hoppy.
First completion of the second half there, actually, for Lichtenberg. There, and third catch of the game, 21 yards now for Sanchez. Here's a gift to Hoppy it's a keeper on the option. Hoppy was being brought down, but good awareness that time. Braden Chenault, the sophomore, diagnoses the option play and keeps no gain on the play.
Yeah, well sniffed out. The great defensive play there for the Burros to make it a fourth and difficult situation here on a 4th and 1, down a dozen. You still got time to punt it away, but you got to start thinking about going for it here.
Yeah, down 2 scores, so it looks like they're going to be out to go for it in that pistol formation. 2 receivers right, 1 left, H-back on the right side as well. Here's Lichtenberg looking at it, now getting the hand signals, taking the snap, handing off here to Hoppy, and he is, I think he should have it. He should have it.
He's got it.
He's got it.
He's got it.
Picked up the gain of 2 and a first down. Big first down there, because if you give the ball back to the Burros there in your own territory, again, another short field that they've had this first half, that would be a big moment there, but don't worry about it. Hoppy says, I got it. First down.
Exactly. Still plenty of time in all 3 timeouts, but again, you got to start thinking about picking up the pace just a hair.
Skank goes in motion right side to left side, so 2 receivers that way, trying to set up a screen to Metzger on the right side, make the first man miss, get up to the 40-yard line, gain of 5.
And there we do hear Metzger's name, but Hillsboro-Central Valley, they're bringing the pressure. They're coming after Lichtenberg, and Lichtenberg's got to get rid of it quickly. Kudos to him for finding the right receiver at the right time to at least pick up some positive yardage.
Matthew Metzger, 8 catches, 148 yards, 2 touchdowns coming into the game. His first catch there for 5 yards comes here inside 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Swing a man out to here, looping him into deep motion. Now over to the right side, it's caught, and Hoppy, he has that little acceleration burst, doesn't he? Hitting that turbo button when the defense is closing in, and all of a sudden he's just gone.
Boy, Hoppy has the hops, that's for sure. And again, the edges, talked about the edges, the Jags are getting it out in space, making their guys make some plays.
Hoppy with the 8-yard gain here, brings it up shy of midfield, first down. Here, and they'll come out up to the line of scrimmage. As you said, pushing the pace. 9:10 to go in the quarter. Here's a quarterback keeper, and Lichtenberg will be cross midfield to the 49, gain of 3.
Make no mistake here, Jake. Northern Cass is going to keep fighting to the very end. Remember that Lisbon game to open up the season when Lisbon had a big lead, and Northern Cass kept them honest all the way through to the end.
Here, and They've shown in the first half that big playability, so see if they can find that magic again here on senior night. See if it's one of their seniors to make the play. Trips receivers left side. Back to pass. Pressure comes. McRitchie at him. He'll step up. He'll dump it off, and it is. Ooh, was it held on to? No, they say incomplete.
Ooh, I don't know.
Johnson diving for it, and they say incomplete.
It looked like he got underneath of it, but again, those officials are way closer to the ball there than I am. But Lichtenberg has been on point here when he's needed to step up into the pocket and deliver a pass downfield. He's done that. That time, nobody in the area, though.
Third down. Here's 9 of 23 for 134 yards passing in the game, plus the touchdown and the interception. Third down, Skank goes in motion right to left, looking left side on the pass. Here comes the pressure, gets away from the dive. Now scampering back to the right side. He's got room on the grass in front of him. He'll tuck it and run, get it up to the 45-yard line, picking up 4 yards on the scramble. A lot of pressure in his face, making something out of nothing, but at least cutting the distance in half here for fourth down.
Yeah, and a couple of plays, McRitchie has been a little bit banged up, and this time he's a little bit slow to get up.
So we'll take a break here as they attend to him on the far sideline. 25-13, Hillsboro-Central leads over Northern Cass. 8:12 to go, fourth quarter on yourliveevent.com.
Found Bigfoot. How tall is he? What? No, not that Bigfoot. The Bigfoot Trail. The Bigfoot Trail? Yeah, it's the Trail County Parks and Walking Challenge. All you have to do is visit at least 10 of 12 parks listed on the clue sheet, answer questions about each park, and return the completed sheet to the Trail District Health Unit by September 30th. Do I get anything if I complete the challenge? Yes, you get a free t-shirt and other participation prizes. Get your sheet on the Trail District Health Unit website and get your feet moving on the Bigfoot Trail.
And McRitchie, little assistance there off the field. They'll attend to him. See here, you've flipped Fortman outside to DN, brought in like a John Manson and Riley Richter. We see what they bring in on this one for the Burros on that defensive line. As it looks like Brody Dickoff. Brody Dickoff going to come in here on that defensive end on that opposite side of Bowden Allen.
Jay Quick McRitchie looking like he's holding his lower left abdomen, maybe a rib injury at first glance, but we'll see what happens out of this.
Big fourth down. Jaguars have it. They'll give it on the quick give, and nothing there. Nothing there, and the turnover on downs goes to Hillsboro-Central Valley.
Yeah, ball might have actually popped out there a little bit. Either way, it is a first down for the Burros, and that's big because, again, Broughton's banged up, McRitchie's banged up. Broughton trying to extend it out a little bit, and trainer is attending to McRitchie right now. So Burros could easily benefit from a long drive here, maybe some Olsen handoffs to run out the clock.
7:55 to go in the fourth quarter as they take over on their own 46-yard line. Landon Olsen's been the big factor with 4 touchdowns. Dylan Mitzel coming in under center, staying in under center. They hand off, and here is the big guy there taking it down across midfield to the other 46. Gain of 4 on the carry, or gain of 8.
Yeah, exactly what you want there to bring it out first, put the 40 on the play clock, and you can run this under 7 minutes. And if you're Tyler Euchstadt, you got to start thinking about those 3 timeouts you have left.
129, 181, 189, if I'm adding right here for Landon Olsen on 20 carries and the 4 touchdowns. Here the give, and up right near the marker, the sticks, Olsen, they'll give him 2, and we'll see here if it's enough for the first down.
Yeah, it's going to be about 1.5 yards shy.
Okay, so spun him back there. I thought he had the forward momentum, but called him dead first.
Maybe closer to 1 yard, just a little over 1 yard.
Well, the nose of the football's at the 45-yard line. First down marker's at the 44. That's what we need to know here as we come out on third down. 6:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Hillsboro-Central Valley 19 unanswered here in this second half after trailing at halftime. Here's the give, and the first man through that time, making the play. Landon Olsen picks up the first down.
Moving those chains, another set of downs here. That means more time off the clock, means another couple minutes off the clock here if you go 3 plays on this set of downs.
6 yards, here for the first down. Landon Olson makes it, just following the offensive line there. Jack Matson, Cooper Broughton. I've seen John Matson mixing there. Is Cooper back or is John back in here?
I don't see Cooper stretching out of the sidelines, and I don't.
Riley Richter, Eddie Silva, James Fortman on that offensive line as well. Bowden Allen at the tight end.
Broad still on the sidelines.
They fake the reverse this time to Johnson. Olson will keep it himself off that right edge. That was the big 26-yard reverse play that they got in the first half. This time Olson keeps it. He picks up about a yard.
Yeah, sorry about that, Jake. Broughton is indeed continuing to stretch out that ankle here on the sideline.
All right, so we got John Matson, number 52, in there at the left guard. There, the sophomore right next to brother Jack Matson at the left tackle.
And Christian Briss is going to come in as well. First time we've called his name tonight for the Burros.
Briss, kind of one of those gadget players with the speed, try and get him with the reverse, a jet sweep, one of those little pitch passes, one of those things. He'll be wide up to the right side on the bottom of your screen. Shotgun set with running back split here of Mitzel. They run Brist in that short motion here, and they're going to give it off to him. He'll bring it around the left side edge, using that speed. Jets up for the first down and more as Christian Brist moving the chains here for the Burros.
Fourth-ranked cross-country runner in the state Class B boys, showing he's got the speed, not just the endurance running around.
He was a cross-field runner that time as he goes all the way around the edge using that burst, and you don't have to run, 3 miles. You just got to run 12 yards.
Yeah, now you can really kind of punch it up the gut, continue to milk this clock, and see what happens.
6th first down of the second half for Hillsboro-Central Valley. They have an I formation. Mitzel will run the pitch play out to the right side here as Olson gets tripped up, and a late flag coming in there behind the play. And officials, what are they going to say? Waiting for the signal. Where it came in, you'd think it was a hold or a block in a back or something, but
yeah, it looks like it's going to be a hold based on the coach's reactions and the distance that the Burros have backed up.
Will be a hold. Looks like it also will be declined.
Blocking the back here.
It will be accepted. There. So it will stay first down. There's the
most of the times, Jake, you don't want to have a penalty, but sometimes, it gives you an extra play to run out some extra clock. Again, not 10 yards, but still an extra play to run with.
Well, in the Jaguars defense, coaching staff trying to weigh the field position versus the time on the clock here, still with 3 timeouts, less a lot of time. 2 receivers left side, I formation. Mitzel turns, gives off. Here's a cut up the gut as Ty Mueller gets the first carry for him here today. Mueller diving forward, picking up 4 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 16.
Here's another interesting thing, Jake. Neither of these two teams have had a single-digit game as far as score differential this season.
That is correct. That is correct, James. Good on you for noticing that.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Oh, do they now?
Maybe the medium bucks or the medium small bucks.
All right, we'll switch jobs then. Yeah, do that. Here, the I formation. Mitzel turns, hands off. Landon Olson continuing to be the workhorse. Jaguars continue to key in on him. He'll eventually move the pile forward here for about another 3, call it 4 yards. Up over 200 yards on the ground here today for Olson.
Yeah, interesting decision here now for both coaches to see kind of what play they draw up here. If Hillsboro-Central Valley, you want to run something safe, don't want to make it too risky, but maybe a higher percentage, maybe a screen or a quick pass out on the flat just to get some extra yardage while you stay in bounds. And for Northern Cass, again, it's that question. You got 3 timeouts. When do you start using them?
And Dylan Mitzel, the senior, missing the first 3 games of the year because of injury, coming in the second half at quarterback. Running that option, running the offense. Here's the reverse around to Halfley, around that left side edge. There's Mitzel throwing a block as Halfley gets it up. And now here to about a 6-yard gain here. It'll be about a 4th and 9 now.
Hoyland takes out Halfley and nearly takes out the chain guy as well.
Don't take out the chain guys. They're doing work out there. They're up and down. We got a Jaguar back here at the 38 8-yard line behind the play. Didn't see what happened. They'll attend to him. We'll take a timeout. Here, timeouts from Bank North online, ibanknorth.com. You can scan that QR code that's on your screen here with Bank North, values-based banking. Here with Bank North, bringing you this timeout. Hillsboro-Central Valley leads Northern Cass 25-13.
Here's a message from Tim Cassette, Golden Harvest Seed Sales in the Hillsboro area. When it comes to your operations needs, they want to hear from you, which is why they're committed to listening first. From farmer-focused R&D teams to their Gold Series soybeans and game-changing corn products to the insights shared through the Illuminate digital platform, everything offered is an answer to what they learned from you. For Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed, visit with Tim Cassette Seed Sales Hillsboro, 701-430-0877.
Well, a couple Jaguars banged up on the play as Brody Gueston walking off. Also Matthew Hoppy, he's walking off as well over to the trainer's room. And again, with the two leading tacklers for Northern Cass, Treebosser along with Braxton Waldo, both out with injuries sustained last week. There's some attrition taking its toll right now on the Jaguars lineup.
Yeah, and Hoppy was kind of injured a little bit in the first quarter, so you got to think that might be a continuation of that injury, and just a bad time to accumulate all these injuries for Northern Cass. Hillsboro-Central Valley got to take advantage on this 4th and 10.
4th and 10 as they line up. Shot or under center, split backs. Mitzel rolls out to his left, looks, fires over the middle, and it is incomplete. Intended receiver down the field trying to get it down to Halfley. An incomplete pass. Metzger was there to dislodge.
Great composure there from Mitzel to backpedal enough to get himself enough space and time to deliver that pass. Great pass. And Allen had a chance at it, just couldn't quite haul it in.
So the turnover on downs gives the ball back to Northern Cass. 2:50 to go, so a drive that does not end in points but takes 5 minutes, 5 seconds off the clock.
And you'll call that a silver lining win there for Pastor Joe and the Burros.
1st and 10, back to pass, looking, time, rolling, rushing, moving upfield, getting up to the 34-yard line. Here, and that will be right at the chains to move him for the first down.
Yeah, Lichtenberg, I've been super impressed with him and his progression, even just in these last 4 games, between the first game I saw him of the year and now this one, to have that awareness in the pocket.
Clock stops while they reset the chains, then they take the snap. Back to pass, looking right side, caught in the flat here, and trying to get up on the right side edge. Looks like Bolden on that far side, and he'll get it up a gain of 3.
Yeah, and Volden did step out of bounds there to stop the clock. Good awareness there from the senior.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th different pass catcher here today for Northern Cass. Top, Sanchez and Anger both with 3 receptions each to lead. Yardage-wise, Skank with the 50-yard touchdown, the leading yardage-wise receiver. Back to pass on 2nd down, rolling out to the right side, looking across the middle. It is intercepted by the Burros. That time brought in by Johnson, as Johnson and Thompson both sandwiched the intended receiver. That time the interception comes the way of Wyatt Johnson, as Metzger slow to get up, but he is up and he looks a little annoyed as well.
Allen with the initial pressure there for the Burros. Lichtenberg had to get rid of it and just had to throw up a prayer. Unfortunately for the Jags, that's not answered. But the Burros, great way to get the ball back, and they can continue to milk the clock and force Euksted's hand to call timeouts.
2:19 to go as they have the ball at the 36-yard line. Here, get that marked there. The interception, the 4th turnover of the game for Northern Cass. Landon Olson runs left, gets brought down here at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Timeout called by Northern Cass. Timeouts from Bank North, ibanknorth.com. It's value-based banking. You can find out more on the website, ibanknorth.com. Hillsboro-Central Valley leads 25-13 when we come back on yourliveevent.com.
Horizon Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Borough football, second down, run the give here on the jet sweep to Christian Brist, and he's brought down in the backfield as the Jaguars bring him down. Parker Zeski able to make the stop in the backfield. There's Christian Brist takes the 4-yard loss. Timeout taken here by Northern Cass. We'll keep it with you for this one. Remind you about your agents with answers in Trail County. Brad Richter in Hillsboro, Nick Preston in Mayville. Nordic Insurance Company, agents with answers. Here in this second half, Hillsboro-Central Valley, 3 touchdowns for Landon Olson, part of 4 in the game on the ground. He's up over 200 yards. And also you got the 2 big plays on offense in the first half for Northern Cass. Second half, they've been stymied here as a turnover on downs, a muffed kickoff return, punt, turnover on downs, interception there on their drives here in the second half, as they have not found that same success that they did to get the big home run play as they did in that first half.
And of course, assuming results hold here for Hillsboro-Central Valley, 2-0 and scoring 15 points or more, 0-2 and scoring 14 or less.
Here, Northern Cass, there they've came out on senior night, had that lead in the first half there, but again, we talked about some injuries, some attrition dealing there against them in this one as well too. But again, as you said here, continuing to play here, fight deep into this one. Man in motion there as Mitzel will roll the left, fake the pitch, keeps it himself, breaks it up the right side, in, first down for the Burros, and then a late hit comes and a flags come flying in from all directions.
Yeah, I think that was more just a little bit of a slip, kind of your muscle memories used to continuation with the tackle as opposed to anything intentional on the field, but still, it's a late hit, and kudos to Mitzel. What a great fake out there on the edge to pick up the first down.
There, so the first down for Hillsboro-Central Valley. And personal foul on Northern Cass. It's the 3rd personal foul on the team that they've had here today. A lot of emotions in this one here, so move the ball forward. Where are they officially going to mark it here?
They'll bring it down at about the 13. 12.
Or the 12?
12,
so
yeah.
Half the distance there. After the 12-yard Mitzel first down carry. So with a minute 54, clock runs. And Mitzel alertly seeing, hey, the clock's running. We're going to get up to the line of scrimmage and just chill out for a second because we got 25 seconds on the play clock. We don't need to run the play right now. We can let it run down, and that's what they're going to do. At least a little bit. Snap it with 18 to go. Here's the give inside. And dragging, bringing with him as the Jaguars try to rip the ball out. It's a Caden Cassette touchdown run.
Exclamation point there for the Burros.
Cassette picks up his 2nd touchdown running on the year with 1:26 to go. And that one from 12 yards out and just holding on to the football, not giving it up. So we'll have the point after attempt coming out now as Bowden Allen will be, he will be out here for the kick as the Burros get everything tied up here. They're actually going to come out in the 2, going for it on 2. Ben Thompson comes in as a second fullback here next to Kazette with Olson behind. They turn, they follow the two fullbacks with Olson. He will run it in for the 2-point run. And that makes it 33-13 in favor of Hillsboro-Central Valley. 1:26 to go, fourth quarter on your Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
33-13, Hillsboro-Central Valley with 27 unanswered in this second half, led by the rushing attack. Here, Landon Olson up over 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. Caden Kazette just got in from 12 yards out. And Hillsboro-Central Valley with 86 seconds left in the game, leading here by 3 scores plus some conversions. Remember, after the game, we'll have your post-game report coming with, so stick around with us as we'll have player and coach reaction. Joining us down on the field with James Rugby Martins joining us here for that post-game. Final score elsewhere here. Carrington defeats Thompson 55-15. Up in Thompson there for the Cardinals over the Tommies. Here's the kickoff, a high kick, be fielded on the run, bobbled, the loose ball on the ground, diving on it here down at the 27-yard line. That is where Northern Cass begins the possession.
Yeah, Ziski on the return there for Northern Cass, and just keep fighting. You know, continue to fight, continue to put plays together, and see if he can at least get one more score before the end of this one.
Here, and we'll see, a lot of those seniors still coming out here on senior night. Getting the snaps at the end of this one here. Seeing Antonio Sanchez coming in with the play here. He'll be split out wide left side along with Andrew Skank, fellow senior.
Also, Hillsboro-Central Valley bringing out some new guns. Bryce Miller, Fernando Rios, Christian Brist is out there on defense, as well as Brody Dickoff back out there. And Riley Richter as well for the Burros.
Play action, a pass in the flat, dumped off on the right side, far side, one-man miss, jump by the second, still on the feet, up ahead to the 45 and to the 48-yard line. Anger with the big catch and run there from the first down for the Jaguars.
Keelan Munson, good blocking up the field there for Northern Cass, so just to try and, again, keep fighting, keep moving the chains, and see if they can pick up another score.
Anger's 4th catch here today. Lichtenberg back in the shotgun set. High snap, comes back. He hauls it in, throws it down the right sideline. Overthrows his intended receiver. Clock stops with 57 seconds left.
You know, I'm very much looking forward to, not saying I'm looking forward to next year, but looking forward to seeing how Lichtenberg continues to develop from his junior year to his senior year. I think he could be a really special quarterback, especially in the region.
Continuing how teams develop as well next week. Northern Cass will go to Kindred. Hillsboro-Central Valley will return home, take on Oaks. Both the Tornadoes and the Vikings are on bye weeks. Here's a dump off to the left side here, caught by Zeski, and then a late flag comes in, and then literally clotheslined by the line there as Rage runs through the bench. But the late flag, or the late hit, gonna bring up extra yardage here on the play, as it was a gain of 9.
Yeah, Ziski tumbling onto the track there that time, and late hit. Got to remember, got to keep your head in the game. There's still 49.9 seconds left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that's the 8th different receiver that has caught the football here today for Northern Cass. They're just spreading the wealth around a little bit. So the penalty yardage against Hillsboro-Central Valley, their 5th of the game. That's 50 yards on those 5 penalties. Back to pass, roll to the right side, dumped off here on the right side, and it will be caught in the flat. That's Anger. Caleb will get it up, and he will have the 10 yards, should have the first down.
It'll be a first down and 10 for Northern Cass.
It is. It is the first down. 42 seconds left as the clock stops. Chains reset. Jaguars up to the line of scrimmage in the shotgun set. Two receivers left side. Back to pass, looking right side, going down the sideline with a step, and it is hauled it.
Just out of bounds. Didn't quite establish possession in time before he ran out of real estate.
Just a straight go route and nearly a phenomenal catch there up along the boundary, but unable to haul it in. And doing some math here, that's 149, 159, plus 9 is 168 passing here for Lichtenberg here today. That's over half of his passing on the year coming into the game here. Came in with 303. He's got, well, like I said, over half of that right now. 30 seconds left. He'll roll out to the left side. Looking, comeback route, and they say incomplete pass that time.
Just a little short there for Sanchez on the far side.
Antonio Sanchez unable to haul it in. So third down for Northern Cass. We'll see if they look at a couple shots at the end zone here with, call it 24 seconds left, 23.9 officially on the clock. In the shotgun set, back to pass, looking left side, throwing, and it is Skank with the catch inside the 10 here, and looks like they're going to say they want to clock it. So they will get up there with the gain of 11. And then they will clock it here with 16 seconds left. Jaguars here, first and goal inside the 10. Yeah. So the second down here, play clock running. As they get into the shotgun set, trips receivers to the right side. Back to pass, throwing the fade, and it is caught in the end zone that time by Monson. Keelan Monson, the 9-yard touchdown catch. His second catch of the day. And Monson, with 11.8 seconds left, gets into the end zone.
And part of that healthy group of juniors that will be seniors next year. So, but good for Northern Cass. Looks like they are probably going to come up short here in this one, but good to get another 6, maybe 7 points on the board.
We're continuing to get down the field and pick up some yards, pick up some points. Here with 11 seconds left, going for the point after attempt kick. It is up. It is no good. The kick fails, but Northern Cass gets in the end zone. Hillsboro-Central Valley, though, still leads 33-19 on your Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Right implement in Hillsboro, 701-636-5692. For shop and field service, farm equipment sales, repair on all equipment, in the field, on the farm, and in the shop with Right Implement in Hillsboro, 701-636-5692. Check out Right Implement for farm equipment, repair and service of equipment and all trucks on Caledonia Avenue in Hillsboro. Right Implement, 701-636-5692.
33-19. A Keelan Monson touchdown reception, 10 yards out, his first touchdown catch of the year. Second of the game, fourth of the year. Passing for Julian Lichtenberg. And we'll bring up now here, we'll see the Jaguars did attempt an onside kick earlier in the game, did not go the required yardage. We'll see if they try that again or if they're going to kick it deep to the Borough Special Teams Return Unit. Here's Reed Volden. Has it set up, ready to go. Here's our whistle, and here's our kickoff. And it will be an onside kick, bouncing and jumped on here by Hillsboro-Central Valley at their own 48-yard line.
Ben Thompson on the hands team there for the Burros, 11.3 seconds. Still one timeout for Northern Cass if they want to keep them honest, but looks like just the finishing touches on this one there for Hillsboro-Central Valley.
Ben Thompson sure-handed on those hands team right there. So the Burros will come out, and I imagine this will be nothing but a kneel down in every coach's favorite play to call, the victory formation, to get the quarterback kneel down. And again, talk about Dylan Mitzel that had that knee injury last year. Played through the basketball season, got the surgery, missed the first 3 games, came back, and now he will put the knee to the turf, and the clock will run out on a Burrow come from behind victory here in the second half. 33-19, your final score. Hillsboro-Central Valley improves to 2-2. Northern Cass falls to 0-4. Stick with us here on YourLiveEvent.com. We have your postgame report coming up next.
It's Cleaner with Gleaner. Gleaner Combines from Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada. Have you been seeing the demonstrations of these Gleaner Combines? Check with Chuck or Neil for details at Ziegler Ag Equipment. New trade-ins at Ziegler Ag Equipment, 31-foot Borgo, chisel plow with 3-bar harrow, just in S205 Melrose Bobcat, local trade, 1,580 hours. Talk with Chuck or Neil for pricing and more information. Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada, 218-784-2961.
As spring arrives, so does allergy season. Stop at Hillsboro Drug for all your allergy medications, along with over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items, and more. Don't forget, you can now text Hillsboro Drug anytime for your prescription refills, 701-636-5231. Remember, Hillsboro Drug also offers mail-out service and free delivery in Hillsboro and Halstead. Be sure to check out the gift section with new spring items, too. Your full-service pharmacy is Hillsboro Drug. The Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead provide great places for seniors to live. They emphasize choices, independence, and provide services as directed by residents. They're also great places to work, where employees find not only a job, but also rewarding and enjoyable experiences that contribute to the lives of others. To get more information on Halstead Living Center and Heritage House in Halstead, call 218-456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Hillsboro Lumber is ready to help with all of your building or remodeling projects. If you're building something new, doing some remodeling, or working on other projects, Hillsboro Lumber has all of the building materials as well as everything else you'll need to complete your projects. Along with the materials, they can give you a free estimate. If you need help planning your project, let the professionals at Hillsboro Lumber assist you. They have the expertise and professional service to help you. For all of your building or remodeling projects, farm, home, or commercial, see Hillsboro Lumber today.
The Hillsboro and Central Valley schools are glad to have students and staff back in the classroom and in activities. If you have questions in regards to the activity schedule for either school, the Burrows want you to visit hillsboroK12.com or centralvalleynd.com and click on the HCV Athletics tab. The schedules and calendars are posted each day too. The school websites in Hillsboro and Central Valley are valuable resources for the community. Visit them often for updated information, daily announcements, contact info. It's all on the school website for the Hillsboro and Central Valley school districts.
You finally found the perfect car in Racing Blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
River's Edge Insurance Agency, Halstead, 218-456-2172.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 109 Main Street in Hunter.
Postgame report on YourLiveEvent.com as the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burrows with 3 Landon Olson touchdown runs in the second half spark a comeback to win 33-19, the final score. As we look at that game summary in the first half, the summary for the game was the big plays by the Northern Cass Jaguars. A Matthew Hoppe 70-yard touchdown run, a 50-yard pass from Julian Lichtenberg to his receiver Andrew Skink for 50 yards right before the end of the first half, led 13-6 going into halftime. Coming out of halftime, it was a turnover on downs offensively for Northern Cass. Hillsboro-Central Valley then takes the football, and they drive 49 yards to score the touchdown with a Landon Olson 25-yard touchdown run there, with Dylan Mitzel coming in to run the ball he's in at quarterback. He ran the ball a couple times, but running the option there at quarterback, making the change. Olson would then go on a 28-yard touchdown run the next drive, a 52-yard touchdown run later in the start of the fourth quarter there, and then a Caden Kazette 12-yard touchdown run late in the fourth before the Jaguars march down the field, get a touchdown pass to Keelan Monson from 10 yards out. Ends the scoring there at 33-19. But the ground game for the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, I miscounted. Landon Olson I only had for 163 when I double-checked my stats there. But over 200 yards as a team on the ground here for the Burros in this one as they pick up the win, improve to 2-2. Northern Cass falls to 0-4. That's our game summary. Stick with us. We'll come back. We'll have some player conversation, some coach conversation when we return on yourliveevent.com.
You can trust the pros at Hillsboro Body Shop to make your vehicle look as good as new. Cars, pickups, trucks, semis, Ben and Tyrell at Hillsboro Body Shop can do the work. And Hillsboro Body Shop is also the place to repair your windshield. Don't wait to get that pesky chip repaired. Ben and Tyrell can replace that glass the same day. Call Hillsboro Body Shop at 701-636-4981 and put Ben and Tyrell's combined 30-plus years of experience to work on your vehicle. Hillsboro Body Shop, 701-636-4981.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org.
Northern Cass Jaguars with the victory, the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros with the victory over the Northern Cass Jaguars, 33-19. Our final score in this one as we go down to the field. Our Dakota Heritage Bank post-game interviews, dhbanknd.com. James Rugby Martins down on the field.
Thanks, Jake. Here with a pair of seniors, starting out with Landon Olson, senior running back. And Landon, you had a phenomenal night tonight with 4 touchdowns. Your thoughts on the win?
It was great. It's something we really needed tonight. We had a couple rough ones in a row, but this is the comeback game we needed.
Landon, talk about your offensive line and how important they were to your success tonight.
They were great tonight. We were especially Lisbon. Those games were we we weren't as focused as we needed to be, but tonight we came and we brought the energy, and you can see what it did for us.
Of course, Northern Cass, a tough opponent tonight, despite the record. Your thoughts on going up against some really good athletes?
They play with heart, and that's all you really need in football. They might be 0-4 now, but they're not an 0-4 team.
Landon, homecoming next week. You're back at home against Oaks. Your thoughts on coming back home?
If we play like this, I think we'll have a great shot of winning that game.
Thanks, Landon. Congratulations on the win tonight. And let's bring in Dylan. Let's bring in Dylan here right now. Dylan Mitzel, our Enbridge Energy player of the game. And Dylan, it was a tight game going into the halftime locker room, coming into the second half. Your coach allowing you to come back onto the field after months of hard work and preparation to get back here. First of all, what was Coach saying to you before the second half?
Just he kind of told the whole huddle that it was my time, and it was I'm due to get back and get out on the field and start playing again.
And Dylan, kind of walk me through those first few possessions, those first few plays. How did it feel to actually step foot back on that field?
The adrenaline after Landon's first touchdown was just surreal. It was unbelievable, and just watching him run and what he did today was unbelievable, and what our guys did up front, it was so great.
Did you have a feeling that you might come back this week? Was Coach telling you might have a shot this week?
That's what the plan was. We were working through slowly getting back to contact, and this was the go week.
And kind of walk me through your team really responded once you came on the field. Your thoughts on getting back with your teammates?
Well, it just started with the defense because we had to get a stop right away because they started the ball first half, and we got a stop right away, and then they just trusted me with the ball and Landon, and we did our thing.
And Dylan, a great win tonight. You come back, as I mentioned with Landon, come back home to Hillsboro to Central Valley next week for homecoming. Your thoughts on the matchup against Oaks?
Well, we ended their season last year, so they're going to come in with a chip on our shoulders, so we got to bring it. We got to bring it, and we got to be ready.
Dylan, congratulations. Best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Jake.
Thanks, James. There is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, brought to you by Enbridge Energy, reminding you that life takes energy. Find out more online, enbridge.com. Hillsboro-Central Valley with the victory, 33-19 over Northern Cass. We'll have some coaches' comments coming up when we return on yourliveevent.com.
Even as a kid, I knew I wanted to be part of Polar Communications because they have such a long history of taking care of their employees.
I'm grateful that we get to work with great people every day, and I get to go home at the end of the day knowing that what we did for the day matters.
It's a great place to be part of a team and feel like you're achieving so much more than just answering a phone call. Polar is more than that. Polar is family.
For all your fresh floral needs, rely on 3R Floral on Main Street in Hillsboro. If you have an upcoming wedding or a special event, contact 3R Floral to help with your floral needs for the occasion. Call 3R Floral at 701-636-2000. You can also find other gift ideas for all occasions at 3R Floral, including wooden items from Barnwood Designs. Check out the 3R Floral Facebook page to see some of the great gifts available. If you can dream it, we can do it at 3R Floral in Hillsboro.
Hillsboro-Central Valley with the victory over Northern Cass, 33-19. Dakota Heritage Bank post-game coaches' comments. Here is James Martins down on the field with Pastor Joe Johnson.
Pastor Joe, a big win tonight. A couple of weeks in a row that hadn't gone your way. This week, it was a tough first half, but you bounced back with a great second half. Your thoughts on the adjustments you made and how it came away with the victory?
Yeah, well, first of all, we knew that Northern Cass was a better football team than what their record indicated. I still think that. And last week when we were on the losing side of it, we felt like the game was closer than the score was. And I'd say the same thing about the game tonight. They played a good game, and they're a good football team. They're high power, and those big plays that can happen at any time, and all of a sudden, there they go down the field. Made a few adjustments and got the run game going a little bit, and then that made the clock tick a little bit faster, and that obviously worked in our advantage in the second half.
big adjustment that we noticed and that led to us awarding him the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, Dylan Mitzel, getting a chance to come back out onto the field from the injury, and I really thought it changed the game. Your thoughts on what you told him and how it did change the game?
Yeah, so Dylan's one of our senior captains, and he brings an energy to the game and a leadership, and we knew that he would bring that, and we're not surprised to see it. But that's exactly what happened. And Dylan came in with a spark, but it wasn't just Dylan. We controlled that line of scrimmage a little bit better in the second half than we did in the first half. We made some of those blocks that we missed in the first half. On the other side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball, we made some of those tackles in the second half that we missed in the first half. We played better in the second half, but now we need to put together 4 quarters and play well for the whole game.
Coach, another adjustment that we saw in the second half, you went more to the option style, maybe playing more to Dylan's strengths. So your thoughts on how that came and worked out for you guys? Yeah, well, both of our quarterbacks are dual threat quarterbacks, and we saw that in both halves where both Tyson and Dylan are able to run the ball. Both of them read the field well, and we saw that. Dylan obviously ran that option and kept it, tucked it, and got that first down that was a huge first down for us. And then we were able to get to the goal line and punch it in, which was kind of the piece that we needed to close that game out. We're not surprised from Dylan Mitzel, and we knew that. We've been waiting for him to come back, and it's good to have him on the field. Coach, some great plays on the defensive side of the ball, forcing some turnovers and getting some big stops, limiting those big plays in the second half. Your thoughts on the defensive effort? Yeah, it was, like I said, we made a few of the tackles that we missed in the first half, had a couple of big hits, and, football's a hitting game, and it makes a difference, and rattled that ball loose a couple of times, and, we hadn't been seeing that in the first few weeks, and it's good to be getting some of those big hits. Got a couple of turnovers at important times and made stops when we needed to make stops. You mentioned football's a hitting game, and it sidelined a couple of your players, at least for an extended period, Cooper Broughton and Ben McRitchie. Your thoughts on those guys going forward? Yeah, there's always a difference between being hurt and being injured, and part of football is you play with a little discomfort. Now what we'll do is we'll trust the trainers, we'll trust the doctors. We're always in communication with parents to make sure that kids are as safe as possible, and we'll follow up with those couple of guys that got sidelined and find out just how serious they are. Coach, 2-2 through the first 4 games of the season. You're well in the thick of it for the playoff chase, and you got a big game, homecoming next week against Oaks. Your thoughts on the Tornadoes? Yeah, like I tell you every week, we really focus on the team that we're playing that week. But it's also sort of impossible to not take a look at the whole season. So we've been focused just on Northern Cass and getting this victory tonight, and it feels good to get the win. Pastor Joe Johnson, anything else you want to mention to our viewers? Well, I think just I'm proud of our guys. We're a little up and down, but we're also seeing effort and we're seeing improvement. I've said a couple of times that we have 3 marks of success on our football team. The first one is, are we a better human being when we're done with the program than we were when we started the program? And I believe that we're working towards that. The second one is, are we a better team in the fourth quarter than we were in the first quarter? Are we a better team at the end of the season than we were at the beginning of the season? And again, we keep getting better every week. We believe that. We've been better in the fourth quarter. We were again tonight than we were in the first quarter. And then the third one is wins and losses. And so, we're playing to win games. This is varsity football, and we play to win. Coach, thanks so much. Best of luck the rest of the year. We'll see you next week. They're turning the lights off on us. It must be time to wrap it up. Back to you, Jake.
From the shadowy figures down on the field there are Dakota Heritage Bank postgame interviews here on yourliveevent.com as we continue on with our postgame report after this on yourliveevent.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated. So you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
I'm Darian Bitts. I'm confident on and off the field. And when it's time for college, I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nb.gov/confident.
I'm Doug Gray. I'm confident during the performance and when it's time for college. I'm confident Bank of North Dakota will help me make good student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident.
Oh, post-game report here as the lights have gone out in Northern Cass. So they're the black screen there on the field, but we're up here with the lights on in the press box as we continue on with our post-game coach's comments here. Coach Tyler Ukstead for the Northern Cass Jaguars, and Coach here today, one that when the clock finally hit zero wasn't in your favor, but let's talk about that first half. Guys coming out, hitting some big plays there, some long runs, some long passes there, and really playing with a lot of fire in this one here.
100%. We came out firing, and ultimately that's how we scored our 13 points and held them to 6. But it came down to little things again throughout the game, just execution stuff. We gave them that first touchdown. We fumbled it inside the 10, our 10. That set up a score for them in the first half, and then in the second half we had missed tackles that led to big plays for them on offense, and then we had some drop balls and some missed holes by our running backs. Just all around, it's little things. We're going to preach it again next week, but just something that we have to clean up.
Did you feel it was a case where players' leadership was able to get guys on to the next play then, or did that kind of still linger in the back of the mind?
Yeah, no. Tonight was a lot better in that aspect where it seemed like we kept fighting, and that's a good first step for us. Like you said, when those negative things happen is how we respond to that. I think we responded well to those negative plays throughout the game, and that's just an attest to our leadership and our seniors.
Last week here tonight, a lot of guys getting dinged up here, and no excuses here because you got guys that, okay, now it's your chance to go out there and make some plays.
Yeah, I mean, you always get excited when those guys who normally don't see time underneath the lights on Fridays, when they get out there, you always see their big smile on their face. Last week it was Jet Ricksmeyer who just came in. You could just see his big smile on the face. So I mean, that's why we coach right there. And then tonight, like Anders Hovenes, he had to step in there. Luke Murch, he had to step in there, and Gage Hansen. All three of those kids, it was their turn to step onto the field, and ultimately they did a good job for us.
Next week, no easier. You got number 2 ranked Kindred coming off a bye week here tonight, and you're going to their place as well too.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup for us. They got good cats all the way around on both sides of the ball. They're able to two-platoon a little bit with their numbers, and it's just a really, really good football team. It's something going into the week that we're gonna have the belief that we can win. It's also a great opportunity to work on some of the stuff that we didn't do well tonight.
Tyler, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate the time coming up and chatting with us. Best of luck to you and the guys next week and throughout the rest of the season as well here with the Jaguars.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There we go. Our post-game coaches' comments here. Interviews brought to you by Dakota Heritage Bank. Online, dhbanknd.com with locations in Minnesota and North Dakota. Again, the website, dhbanknd.com. We're back to wrap up your post-game report after this on yourliveevent.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, North Dakota has been adapting to the growing needs of the edible bean industry since 1982. The production of edible beans has helped many growers in the Red River Valley make their farming operation more profitable. Along with the increased profitability, these growers are producing a nutritious, high-protein food source that helps feed a hungry world. Central Valley Bean Cooperative in Buxton, with receiving stations in Hatton, Sharon, Larimore, Devils Lake, Wilton, Washburn, Lincoln, Keesick, Grafton, and Garsky. Learn more online at centralvalleybean.com or call 701-847-2622.
Hey growers, when working on your water management solutions, call Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. They are your water management contractor, helping you with tile drainage plans, service drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. For more information, follow Chad's Excavating on Facebook. For tile drainage and service plans, call 701-430-0182. Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow. Postgame report on yourliveevent.com as the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros get the victory over the Northern Cass Jaguars, 33-19. Here as we look at this one, our RDK Enterprises Precision plays in the game today. A precision with RDK Enterprises, Hillsboro and Drayton. When you're thinking about upgrading your planter, visit with the guys at RDK Enterprises online, planterdoc.com. And, of course, they wish everyone a safe harvest season. Precision play in this one. I'm going to go with the Landon Olson. I believe it was the 28-yard touchdown run where it kind of looked like he was bottled up along the sideline, hit a little spin move, tiptoed down the sideline, able to get in from 28 yards out. Big touchdown run there that broke the tie at that point, gave the lead to Hillsboro-Central Valley with a couple minutes left in the third quarter. That's your precision play of the game for Landon Olson and the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros as they pick up the win 33-19 over the Northern Cass Jaguars. And also our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. You can discover local reliability you can trust with Halstead Telephone Company online, halsteadtel.com. And the connection here was the end of the first half, the 50-yard touchdown catch there as quarterback Julian Lichtenberg laid it out for his senior receiver Andrew Skank, who looked like a one-arm catch on that one, or kind of just hauled it in. Great catch on the run, and then hit the Jets to the end zone for the 50 yards. They were connected on that play. You can be connected with Halstead Telephone Company online, halsteadtel.com. They are how to connect. Here as we continue on with our post-game report, here as we get to our final stats in this one. For the Northern Cass Jaguars, rushing the ball, Matthew Hoppe had 15 carries, 102 yards, and a touchdown. Matthew Metzger, 2 carries for 4 yards. It was Reed Volden, 4 carries for 4 yards, and Julian Lichtenberg with 7 carries for 15 yards, 1 team carry for 0 yards. Here, a total of 29 carries, 125 yards on the ground for the Jaguars. Throwing the ball, Lichtenberg was 16 of 34 for 184 yards passing. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. It was 1 catch, 9 yards in this one for Parker Zeski. 1 catch, 3 yards for Reed Volden. 2 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown for Andrew Skank. It was 2 catches, 23 yards, and a touchdown for Keelan Monson. 1 catch, 8 yards for Matthew Hoppe. 3 catches, 21 yards for Antonio Sanchez. 1 catch, 5 yards in this one for Matthew Metzger. And it was 5 catches, 59 yards for Kayla Enger in the game. Here as 184 receiving, 125 rushing, 309 yards total offense in the game. 4 turnovers for the Jaguar offense. Scoring plays, a Hoppe with a 70-yard touchdown run. 2 touchdowns passing from Lichtenberg here, a 50-yard to Skank and a 10-yard to Monson. here with the touchdowns. 1 of 3 PATs for Reed Volden. Matthew Metzger had a fumble recovery on defense. Keelan Monson had a fumble recovery on defense. It was Reed Volden with 3 sacks on defense here for Northern Cass. As they fall to 0-4 next week, they're on the road at Kindred. The Vikings coming off a bye this week. For the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros, rushing the ball, as I miscounted during the game, Landon Olson had 25 carries for 163 yards, 4 touchdowns. Caden Kazette with 4 carries, 25 yards and a touchdown. Christian Briss, 2 carries, 8 yards. Kyle Halfley, 3 carries, 54 yards. Dylan Mitzel, 2 carries, 11 yards. Tyson Lushvik, 3 carries, -2 yards. Wyatt Johnson, 1 carry, 1 yard. Ty Mueller, 1 carry, 4 yards. Team-wise, they had 4 carries for -11 yards, 3 sacks, and a kneel down. Passing the ball, Tyson Lushik was 1 of 6 for 6 yards. Dylan Mitzel was 2 of 4 for 18 yards. 1 catch, 5 yards for Landon Olson. 2 catches, 19 yards for Wyatt Johnson here today for Hillsboro-Central Valley. That's 255 total rushing, 24 through the air, 279 yards of total offense for Hillsboro-Central Valley, as they had 2 turnovers in the game for Hillsboro-Central Valley, as rushing touchdowns for Landon Olson of 2, 25, 28, and 52 yards. Caden Kazette with a 12-yard touchdown run. Burros were 1 of 4 on the PAT kicks, 1 for 1 with a 2-point conversion run in the game. Also, let's see, defensively, Kyle Halfley had an interception. Wyatt Johnson had an interception. Ben McRitchie with a fumble recovery here for the defense of Hillsboro-Central Valley. Burros improved to 2-2 next week. They're at home as they will host the Oaks Tornadoes. Oaks coming off a bye this week as well, as they sit at 2-1 coming into that matchup next week. Thanks for joining us here on yourliveevent.com. Thanks to you, the viewer, for being with us for our broadcast coverage. Thanks to the sponsors that you've seen and heard throughout our broadcast as well. We ask whenever possible, please patronize those businesses. At the very least, tell them thank you. They're the ones that allow us to be here with our coverage. Thanks to my broadcast partner, James Rugby Martins, joining me, as well as Jake joining me with the camera as well. Myself, Jake Berkmeyer, with the play-by-play call here today with the Hillsboro-Central Valley Burros 33-19 victory over the Northern Cass Jaguars, as you saw right here on yourliveevent.com.